beginning to enjoy that countdown music. Welcome back. I'm Darren Mulqueen with Mulqueen Sewing Center here in Arizona. It's a wonderful day here. We've have been so excited to see our first guests, and this next guest I'm even more excited to see. This is going to be Jerry Grenada. He is an award-winning quilter, and he's one of my favorite brother educators. Whenever information, some of the stuff that he creates on the machine that Kathy was just demoing is so amazing. Someday we'll have our big live events here again, and whenever Jerry's at those events, he brings some of the most spectacular samples of stuff that he's made. And who knows, maybe he's got those with him that he can share. But today, Jerry's going to show the Brother PRS 100. I'll have a quick PowerPoint after to show our specials and the reasons why it is a good time to purchase one of these. A lot of people will have a regular embroidery machine, even though this isn't a regular one, but they'll have, just a standard embroidery machine. This machine is a great enhancement to take you to that next level. And right now I would love to introduce Jerry Grenada.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Hey, Jerry. Nice to see you.
How are you doing?
Good. So excited for you to be here with us.
I'm excited to be here. I'm thrilled. I'm in my little sewing room here in Palm Springs, California. It's a little chilly today. It's in the 60s. So okay. I know everyone else is like, oh, be quiet.
Yep. So
that was such a nice introduction, Darren. I miss you guys too. It's always so much fun to work with you all and do events together. And I can't wait to have all this stuff lifted so we can start traveling again.
Yeah, hopefully November. For
if not
last time we saw you was our Southwest Embroidery Conference.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I've made a couple of the bags I got from there. They're awesome. Yeah. They're beautiful.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to gracefully bow out, and we can't wait to see what you have in store for us.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm really excited. Thank you. Thank you again, Darren. Thank you so much for Mulqueens. They're always so generous. Today, what I'd like to talk to you about, well, first off, I'm Jerry Grenada. I am a brother educator. I travel around the country showing all of these amazing machines and all their capabilities, and to get you excited into coming into this world as well. So what I'm going to show you today is the PRS 100, or the Brother Persona. And it is a single needle, multi-needle, so to speak. It is in the multi-needle realm, but it is a single needle machine. Now, I know a lot of people would be thinking, well, why would I want a single needle, like an industrial type of machine? Well, I'm going to show you why. I think the Persona is probably, being controversial here, it's probably one of the most versatile machines in the Brother lineup. It is an embroidery machine. It also does free motion quilting. Try that with a 10 needle machine. It also can accept the cap frame. And I'm going to talk to you about the very new cap frame that we have, because it's amazing. It makes switching caps on and off lightning fast. Now, who would be sort of a typical person who would want this machine? Anybody. If you are ready to jump into, and these are called semi-industrial machines, if you're ready to jump into that world, but the price point of the 6 and 10 needle kind of scares you a little bit, you're going to like what Mulqueens has to offer on this machine. It's a great way to just jump right and get your feet wet. If you already have a 10 needle machine or a 6 needle, this would be a great machine to have for dedicating to just doing caps. Because the cap frame can take a little bit of time to take on and off. But if you dedicate this machine to just doing caps, boy, that just saved you a lot of time. And on the side, if you have a little side business going where you're doing some shirts and some, shirts like maybe you live near a golf course like I do, and maybe you want to make a few extra dollars on the side, go to some of these places and see if they would like to have some embroidery done or their hats done. And if that's the case, your machine is paying for itself at that point. Make it do all the work for you. But again, you can do your embroidery on here. Embroiders beautifully, just like the 10. If you've ever been familiar with the 6 or the 10 needle, you know that they are just workhorses. They will plow through anything you throw at it. So will the PRS 100. So will the Persona. It's the same. The guts of the machine are the same. It's a semi-industrial machine, so just as hardy as the 6 and 10 needle are, so is this machine as well. So it's, like I said, it's very versatile. It's probably one of the most versatile machines in the line. So let's get over to it. I'm going to send you over to the machine. I'm going to stop my camera real quick so I can move my camera, because I don't want to have this. I don't want to pass out any Dramamine for you all and get you all sick. So, so let me go ahead and get you all over to there. Let me come on back. And I'm going to, oh, my camera's not working. Oh, our wonderful world of technology. So what I'm going to have to do is pop out and pop back in. I have to reset everything. I apologize for that. And I will get right back to you.
As we're waiting for Jerry to come back on, this is the point of the interview where I teach you how to do some Irish step dancing. So I'm going to come around. Oh, wait. Oh, I think Jerry's coming back. So I guess that's too bad. I won't be able to teach you.
Nope, Jerry's still there.
Yeah, Jerry's coming back. So, I was going to teach you my step dancing techniques, but thankfully Jerry's back, so I don't have to do that. Here's Jerry.
I'm gonna hold that against you. So next time someone has to step out for a second, you're gonna do it. You're gonna teach them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, Jerry.
You're welcome. Thank you. I do apologize for that. This techno world, sometimes things get a little squirrely. So we're over. I do appreciate your patience with this. I'll do the best that I can for you. So what we're at now is the screen. If you have a 6 needle or a 10 needle, or you're familiar with them, you might have looked at them, you'll notice the screens are pretty similar. You're seeing a lot of similarities. So if you have a 6 or 10 needle and you want to add this to your arsenal, you're going to notice that they look very much the same. If you've never worked with this machine at all, let me try and bring you a little bit closer so you can see the screen. Look at the simplicity of this, all right? So all these are your major categories, right? This is not just one embroidery that you have. This is multiple categories. This is not just one font. This is not just one font. These are categories that will open up subcategories for you. So for example, let me just touch the fonts and look at all the fonts you have available to you. I'm going to return. These are large fonts. So if you're coming from the South, in the South, y'all embroider everything, right? If you could fit the cat or dog under your machine and monogram it, you're in. I know how that works. So you want to monogram everything. These are large. These are great for like big pillows, or if you want to embroider like a comforter or anything large, these are great for that. These are frames. So if you want to do a monogram and then put a frame around it, make it a little extra pretty, you have that availability. And let me go ahead and move in just a little bit, because I'm going to show you, you also have shapes. So again, these are all categories. If this is just the circular shape, maybe you want a square around that monogram. Maybe you want a diamond around that monogram. And then once you set these, you can then adjust the size and you can rotate it and you can do all sorts of creative things with it. So like I said, it's extremely versatile. Notice I just hit return and it took me right back to the main menu. So let's go to one of the categories here and let me show you. So let me pull back just a little bit so you can see. There we go. So, I mean, this is it. I mean, you've got all of these capabilities, but again, you don't just have these. We're going to scroll down and look what's available. Look at all of the internal designs. Now, remember, I just touched one category. So let's touch the next one. Look at all those beautiful, could you see these? If you do garments, these would be gorgeous on like a collar or a cuff or something like that. And then we're going to return. And now these are more quilting designs. So if you do quilts, notice the open designs. These would also be great for couching. So if you wanted to use like a chenille yarn or a thin yarn, you could couch these designs onto a piece of fabric and make a gorgeous pillow out of them just as a singular design, or you could line them up using the border frame and you can just really just plow through your quilt and get it done very quickly. So again, we have multiple choices here. So look at all of the internals that are already available. You don't have to run out and buy designs. However, if you look, there's a USB sticking out here on the right side. You can import designs as well. You can, any of the major embroidery companies that, that choose the PES format, that's what Brother embroiders in is PES. Choose your PES format, and you can import just about anything that you want. Let's go ahead and come back. And why I brought that up about importing designs here through the USB is, watch this. You see the word there, Disney? Let's go ahead and touch that. I'm going to touch Disney again and just choose a design. Yep, you can do Disney on this machine. That's a big deal. In the multi-needle or the semi-industrial line, this machine is the only machine that you can do Disney designs on. You cannot do them on the 6 needle or the 10 needle. It won't let you. So this is the only machine that you can do Disney on. That's exciting. So those of you who love Disney, have kids, grandkids who love Disney, you yourself love Disney, this is a big deal. So we can, again, you can import all of these Disney designs that you would like. Some of you may not be familiar, but there's a website called ibroidery.com. I like the letter I, broidery.com. It is Brothers exclusive website. So if you have a Brother machine, all you have to do is go on, and there it's going to ask you for your machine information. And you're just going to input that, and it unlocks that whole website. So you get even more designs. So you could get Marvel, you can get Disney, you can get Home Deck, freestanding lace designs. So if you're a Brother owner or you're soon to be, please go to ibroidery.com, the letter I, broidery.com, and just kind of fool around in there, kind of look around, do some searches, and you're going to be pretty amazed at some of the designs that you can find. Now, let me pull back just a little bit here, because I'm going to show you a quick sample of a shirt that I did. I don't just quilt, I also do garments. So this is a shirt that I made, and I used some Marvel type fabric. I used Team Heroes embroidery design. And then over on the right side, I created a panel, and it has all of like the baby Marvel designs. These are from ibroidery.com. These were all stitched on the persona, because we can do Disney, we can do Marvel, we can do all these designs. So how cool did that turn out? And then I couched a little bit of decorative yarn, decorative thread on the side to kind of let that panel stand out. But how cool. So this is another person that might enjoy this machine. If you just have a sewing machine and you want to start doing some embroidery, this is a great machine to jump into. Again, it can do all of those curved hats, and I'm going to show you in just a bit how you can easily do hats on this machine. It's a little tough to do on a flat frame, but with this free arm, and I'm going to point this down in just a second and show you, with the free arm of this machine, it's very easy to do shoes. You could do tote bags. You can do caps, anything that's a little rough and tough to do on a flat frame. Normally, what you'd have to do is you'd have to take those things apart in order to embroider them on a flat frame, and then have to restitch them together. Not with this machine. This is a wonderful machine for that. So let me go ahead and give you a little tour here of the rest of the machine. I'm just going to do this slowly for you. So here you can see my thread. It's going to go up, and these are all numbered. These are all numbered for you. We're going to go down to number 2, down into the tension disc, down into the sensor, down through the take-up arm, come down to the machine, and then thread the machine. Now, I'm going to bring you over here because you're going to notice a little scissors. This machine will thread itself. So all you have to do is get it down into this area here, touch that little, I'm sorry, not that button, the threader button, but it will cut your thread, the threading button, and it will thread the needle for you. So you don't have to try to do what I call the lick and stick of trying to get it into that little tiny needle. Now, here's the free arm that I was talking about. So you can see how nice and thin this is. So you could do shoes, handbags, tote bags. Again, caps are beautiful on this. Anything that you might find a little too difficult to do on a flat frame, this will do it beautifully. And again, it free motion quilts and does Disney. Let me take you over to this side, because there is an onboard bobbin winder right back here. So if you want to wind your own bobbins, you could do that. It's already on board for you. You can use pre-wounds if you so desire, but that's a little tough to do with freestanding lace. If you're doing freestanding lace, you have to match your top and bobbin thread. You can wind that right on this machine. So it is kind of an all-in-one machine. Let me go slowly here for you. so we don't have to pass out any Dramamine. There we go. Awesome. So there we go. That's basically it. It's that simple of a machine. And if you notice the footprint, it is sitting right where I've got a Brother Luminaire. It is sitting right where my Luminaire is. I am sitting down at this machine. So you can place this on a table. You can place this on a stand and tuck it away in a corner if you like. But I have it on my sewing table. And this is what's so awesome for, especially if you're going to do the free motion quilting, set it on the table. And then you don't have to stand. If you want to stand, that's up to you, but you don't have to. So let's kind of dive into this. Now, I kind of wanted to show the alternate sides of this machine, like the free motion quilting and the cap. These are things that you may not see. Everybody knows that it embroiders beautifully, as I just showed you with my shirt. And one thing you may not know is this machine does free motion quilting. So just a sample here. This is using metallic threads. Yes, you can do metallic threads. It takes metallic threads beautifully. Excuse me. If you've ever done metallic threads on a multi-needle machine, man, it will just plow through anything with metallic thread. You just won't get any thread breakage. And this is all free motion quilted using this machine as well. Now, this one I've done called, this is called Ribbon Candy. That's the design. That was all done with this machine as well. Get this out of the way. I love neon threads. So there's neon threads. This is all free motion quilted with neon threads. So those of you who like to go clubbing, your threads will glow in the dark. My days of that are done. Also, because it's a semi-industrial machine, remember I said it will kind of plow through anything you throw at it? This fabric is a dancewear spandex. It is a dancewear spandex. So those of you who are used to going down the cotton aisle, now you can go down those aisles you might not normally go down. This was free motion quilted. This was a feather sampler that I did. This is all very tiny little circles with thread. And what it looks like a hammered metal, doesn't it? So I think that turned out really, really nice. And again, it's spandex. So don't be afraid to try some of these different fabrics. This one here is a satin. This is a burgundy satin. And I added a lot of crystals. Those of you who know me know that I like my bling. So this is all blinged out with crystals and gold metallic threads. So again, just another feather sampler. So there we go. All done with this machine. So how awesome that you can do industrial style embroidery and then very quickly turn it over to free motion quilting. How awesome is that? That's why I say it's one of the most versatile machines in the lineup here. So let's go ahead and I'm going to set this up for free motion quilting. Very, very simple. Now, I want to give you a tip. For those of you who want a table for this machine, you can order a table separately, and I'll show you what that looks like with the free motion quilting. However, if you spend just a little, and the price point really isn't that much higher, if you spend the money and get the free motion kit, the table comes with it. Plus, you get all of the accessories to turn your machine into a free motion machine. So I would say just spend a little bit of extra money, buy the free motion kit. It comes with the table. So that's my little tip to you. You can buy the table separately. That's absolutely fine with you. So what I'm going to do, Darren, is I'm going to kind of just stop my camera here real quick. And I'm going to put my table on, and then I'm going to come right back and then show you how to set this up for free motion. So if you kind of want to, if you can just kind of grab, the,
Sure.
Grab it there. I'm just going to throw the table on. This only takes a second, as you know.
Yep. We're getting our room set up for fabric confetti. I am just stacking up all of the stuff that we're going to show you. We're going to do the trunk show from here at our store, and they're going to be live with us from their studios. So that'll be very cool. And here's Jerry. Literally, look how fast that went. Isn't that amazing? So all I did is it just slides in very simply. Just as you can see, just slides right in. It will click into place. And then you just want to grab the front of the table right up here where my fingers are. Just want to lift the front of the table and just gently pull, and it slides right out. It's that simple. It's that easy. It will click right into place. And now look at all the room you have. This is awesome if you're doing big quilts or if you're doing larger projects such as jackets,
tote bags, anything large, you really do want this table. But again, get the free motion kit, and the table comes with the free motion kit. Now, to turn this into free motion, I'm going to show you, you only do two things. There's a little piece here. This is going to slide onto the very back, right back here. It's going to slide onto where your arm goes. And what that's going to do is it's going to cover the sensors so that your machine doesn't think that you have, if you can see, it just slides right on, very simple, just slid right on, so that your machine doesn't think you're making a mistake. So it's covering the sensors. And now there's this little piece. This is a guard so that your fingers don't get caught. And all that does, it slides right into the front, just like that. And now, that's it. You're in free motion. And I'm going to show you the screen really quick, because if you looked at my screen, the free motion was grayed out. It is now dark blue, which means it is now active. And the reason why is because I put that guard on the front. It's telling the machine automatically that you are in free motion. So again, it does all the thinking for you. So you can just very simply just attach, there we go. You can attach the guard on the front, and it automatically puts it in free motion. So let's go ahead and touch that free motion button. Carriage is going to move. It's going to move that carriage back out of your way. And now here is, I'm going to bring this up closer so we can talk about this just a little bit. So now, as you can see, it's in free motion mode. Does that automatically just by pressing the button. So I can have it stop with needle down, needle up. I can do like a half stitch. So if you really want pinpoint accuracy as to where you want to start and stop, you could use a laser dot. There's a little laser dot that's on this as well, and I'll show that to you. You can set your stitches per minute for however slow or fast you like to stitch. You can use, I'm going to go to the bottom here. You can use either the start stop button here on the right hand side, or you can use a foot pedal. There is a little there's a little hole on the back, right back here, on the back of the machine, right around the back side. You just plug in a regular Brother foot pedal and place it on the floor, and off you go. So we're ready to go, and that's all there is to it. The hardest part, not the hardest, but it takes the time, is you deciding what thread you want to use, what you want to quilt on, and really just setting up your machine. But you could just see how quick that went. And I've got a little sample right here. And if you could see, there's a little laser dot right there, which I love. And I'm going to keep my camera off the table. That way it won't shake. I'm in California, so anytime our camera shakes, I'm ready to run under a table, thinking that we're ready to have an earthquake. So that makes me nervous when I see shaking cameras. So I'm going to keep my camera off the table. And there's my little laser dot. So all I have to do is move my project exactly where I want to start and place it, that little laser dot, that red dot, right where I want to start. And now I just have to, right over here, I've got needle up and down right here. I'm going to bring my needle down and then back up. I'm going to pull my project toward me, because I don't know if you can, hopefully you can see that. There's my bobbin thread. I want to pull my bobbin thread up. Now, why do I want to do that? Well, those of you who are not familiar with free motion, if I were to not bring my bobbin thread up and just start from where I am, I could possibly have a thread nest underneath my project here. The thread could all bunch up, and that's not how you want to start. So I'm pulling my bobbin thread up and out of the way, much like a long arm would. Now I can bring, if you can see where the bobbin thread came up, I'm going to put that point right under where the little laser dot is. I'm going to hold my top thread in the bobbin thread. I'm going to bring the needle back down. And now I'm going to wait, because now I can pivot, but my fabric isn't going to go anywhere, right? So I'm safe. Now I'm just going to take a minute and just kind of decide, what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? What design do I want to use? Now, this is all free motion, so I am the one creating the design. This is not built in. This is all in my head. So let's go ahead and get started. Just going to do a little bit of free motion here. You can go as fast or as slow as you like. Have you ever seen an embroidery machine that can do free motion quilting? I think this is one of the most amazing features of this machine. if you have this machine and you don't have the free motion kit, why not? Oh dear. Oh, sorry. No. Techno world. There we go. Let me refocus for you and bring this forward. And there we go. There is my feathering that I've done in my stitching. Free motion on an embroidery machine. How many people can say that? How many people can say that their 10 needle or their 6 needle can do free motion embroidery or free motion quilting? They can't. This is the only machine that does that. So again, you do all of your embroidery work on your project. You could do your free motion quilting around it, add some beautiful texture to it, and off you go. So isn't that amazing? All right. Any questions so far? Let's see what we have here. We got some comments here. Let's see if there's any questions. I'd be more than happy to take a few questions before we go on to the cap frame. I just think, yeah, Becky, it is awesome. I really believe that. I think it's pretty amazing. Can you use westerly rulers with it? No, you cannot. Only because the bar, the little foot here is not a ruler foot. So you'd have to do it all in free motion. So it's pretty amazing. What does everyone think? Isn't that incredible? All right, Darren, I'm going to throw it back to you. I'm going to take the table off, and then I'm going to set it up for the cap frame. So let me go ahead and shoot it back to Darren. Oh,
Darren took off, so he's setting up for the next one. So it's me. He got 22 years older or younger. How are you, Jerry?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. It's 2 Jerrys in a stream.
Uh-oh.
Does anyone have any questions I can answer while he's doing this?
Plus, I'm used to it. I can look at the comment section and answer while I'm talking.
Perfect. All right. Yep, that's very common to sew your finger.
That's what the guard is for. So yep, you don't do that.
There's a reason for everything.
Yeah, it tells the machine.
Someone wants to know what's the clearance from behind the needle to the, like, basically the throat space for when you're free motioning.
Oh, wow. That's a good question. That's probably, I want to say it's about a foot. It's about a foot, 13 inches from the needle to the back of the machine. But again, it might even be even longer because you can go over the arm. So it is much like a sit-down machine, quilting machine that's facing you. Those are very common. So it has pretty much. It's
almost like a mid-arm size.
Almost like a mid-arm, yeah. Yeah. So there's quite a lot of room there. And again, the guard prevents you from hitting your fingers. So let me kind of pull in here if we can. Bring this down.
The free motion quilting kit is $5.99.
So you have, there's my finger, and you can go all the way back to the.
Not supposed to say that, but that's how much it is.
Oh, uh-oh. So I'm going to take the little center guard off. It just very simply just pulls right off. And so now I'm going to talk about the cap frame. And this is a brand new cap frame that makes doing caps so easy and fast. It's pretty incredible. we were pretty flabbergasted when it came out. Let me show you everything that you're going to get with this. So I'm going to show you the bottom, like right by my floor. I have the little jig hooked up to my table. Now I can do this on my table. If you had a frame, you could attach the jig to your frame as well. There's actually a space on the frame for this jig. But you notice I just did it on my sewing table. Simple, easy. You had a table off to the side somewhere. And the only reason you need this jig is so that you can attach your cap. It just makes it easy for you, is all it is. So let me go ahead and show you everything that you're going to need. This is the actual frame itself. This will attach to the machine, and I'll show you how fast that works. That just slides right in. And then the other part, the magical part, this is the brand new cap frame part of it. And you know what's going to take the longest amount of time is me explaining it. If I wasn't explaining it, this would go so fast. Martha, yes, you can do large quilts on it. I've done large quilts on them. I've done up to a queen size on this machine. So this cap frame is just so fast and so quick and easy. So let me go ahead and show you how this works. So I've got my jig set up here. And the first thing that I want to do is I want to grab my cap and cap frame. And right under here is a little lock. I'm going to unlock it. And now I can pull this section of the frame off. So let me grab my cap. And I'm going to take my frame. This is my cap frame. Remember, this is just a jig. This is to hold everything in place. Push it forward, and it just snaps right into place. That's it. I'm going to grab, now at this point, I need to grab some stabilizer. Now, you want to look at your cap, and you want to look at the inside. This is just a really inexpensive cap that I got at a big box store. It does have, if you notice, it's different color in here. It does have structure to it. So it does have kind of a stabilizer in here. So because of that reason, I can use a lightweight tearaway. If I didn't have any structure at all, so say for instance, my whole cap was made out of this, there wasn't any stabilizer in it at all, I would need probably a cutaway. So, just look at the inside of your cap. This does have a pretty rigid structure to it, so I can get away with a lightweight tearaway. So now all I have to do is there are some tabs here on the frame itself. I just want to tuck my stabilizer underneath. And there are some teeth on the front that are going to grip my stabilizer. That's it. Now I'm going to take my cap and I'm going to place that over the stabilizer. I'm going to grab my little frame here and I'm going to place it right on the side. And on the side here are little knobs that are going to go right into the frame itself. So I'm just going to place that right in on either side. Go. And now I'm going to center my cap, make sure it's all nice and centered. I want to make sure the little teeth are in the seam of the cap. I'm going to push down and lock underneath. Remember that knob, I'm going to lock that into place. Okay. Now again, that jig is there just so I can do this. What's great about this frame is I can now stitch 35% closer toward the brim. So with the other frame, you have to come out somewhere here. I can move in closer to the brim if I want to. So that actually gives me a larger embroidery area. And just that quick, again, it took longer to explain it than it does to do it. So now I'm going to come back up to my machine. I'm going to take it out of free motion. It's going to come up. I'm going to take my guard off. And I'll show you my screen real quick to show you that it has grayed out. So the free motion is grayed out. So this guard tells the machine that it's in free motion, which I'm not right now. Okay, so there we go. So now all I have to do is I'm going to loosen up the large screws that are underneath the frame on either side and just very carefully slide it into place. Actually, I'll take my hat off first. It might be easier. The hat just pops right off the frame. Just give it a little tug and it pops right off. And then slide the frame in. And I'm going to slide these. There are 2 notches underneath here. I'm going to slide the large. All you have to do is aim for those large buttons, the large screws right here, and it will seat itself. Notice how it just seats itself. Now you just have to finger tighten these. You don't have to use a screwdriver. Just finger tighten those screws. And that's it. Now what you want to do is take your frame, your cap with your frame. You're going to turn it to the side. You're going to bring it to the front and just pop it right in. You're just going to slide it right in. Notice how that clicked into place. And I'm ready to go. So that, again, it took more to explain it than it did to actually do it. It's that fast. Now I'm going to go back to my screen and I'm going to pick, let me come up just a little bit here. I'm going to pick a design. And I want to show you why I'm going to show you about picking a design. Let me bring my, whoops, sorry folks. Ignore that man behind the curtain. Okay, so let me go ahead and pick a design here, and I'm going to show you why that's important. So I'm going to, let's see, what design do I want to pick? I know it's hard to see. Shoot, I wonder if I do it from the side. Maybe if it'll look a little easier. I know it's hard with my screen that's bright. I've dulled the screen down as much as I can, so you probably can't see it. Let me move the camera a little bit. Maybe you can see it. There we go, kind of. you can see a rectangle inside my screen there. It's very clear when you're sitting in front of it, but the camera's not picking it up too well. But maybe you can see that there is a rectangle. That is my stitching area. So another beautiful thing about these Brother machines is they let you know what's going on. So it's telling me that I can stitch inside that area. So I will pick a design. Oh, let's see. What do I want to pick? Here we go. Can you hear me? Am I back? Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you're back. It didn't even seem like you were gone. I just thought you were grabbing something.
It just went weird. My network went squirrely. So okay. So now I'm going to touch rotate. Why? Because remember, my cap is facing the opposite direction. So you always want to, when you're doing caps, you always want to hit rotate. You want to do 90 degrees twice. So your design on this, if your design looks upside down on your screen, you have it exactly right. So just think upside down when you're doing caps. Touch OK, hit embroidery, and now I'm ready to start embroidery. So all I have to do is hit unlock, and it will start embroidering the cap, as you can hear. So that's it. That's all you have to do with this cap frame. And again, what took the longest was me explaining it. So what's really awesome is you can just pop caps right on and right off. The design that I picked only takes 3 minutes. So think of how many caps, if you were going to do this for a couple hours, how many caps could you do? Again, make your machine work for you. So let's get back to you guys. Because I think that's about what I had wanted to show you. Unless we have a little bit of time, I can show you the tube frame.
Go ahead and show them the tube frame. You've got,
because that's a new frame.
The tubular frame is great.
Yeah, so I'm going to pop that off. Look how fast that came off. Very quickly. Remove that. So this is the Brother tube frame. And let me pull back a little so you get a better look at it. There we go. This is the tube frame. Has a little handle underneath, right there. And as you can see, it's going to pull and release the table. Why that's important is if you see these two little black areas here, these are magnets. So they are going to attach right under here, right to the underneath of your arm. So really, this could not be easier. All you're going to do is slide the table on. And it's magnets. So it's now attached. So I now have my tube frame on. This extends. All I have to do is pull it. You can see where I'm going with this. So if you're going to do, let's say I have a pair of jeans here. Slide that right over the tube frame, and look how far up I can go. I'm right up to the crotch area of my jeans here. I mean, this is how far up you can go, and you can try doing that on a flat frame. As you know, and I do garments a lot, you have to take these side seams apart in order to get them flat, and then you have to basically reconstruct your jeans. But look how far up I can go, and I can do my embroidery. So if you were going to do like a border design on your screen, you could just embroider your sections and just keep sliding your jeans down, and your entire jeans leg, front, back, whatever you want to do, could very easily be embroidered. No more do you have to take apart your seams and then reconstruct your jeans. I think this is a magnificent frame. It's brand new. It's a tubular frame. I would suggest if you have a Persona, a 6 needle or a 10 needle, you don't walk, you run to Mulqueen's to get this. It will change your life. It's great for sleeves. It's great for, oh gosh, anything that's in a tube. That's why it's called a tubular frame. Again, you can extend this as a support table for your jeans. So if you're doing the bottom part of your jeans here, this area here will support your jeans. So everything will be nice and stable and nice and clean, and everything is out of the way for you. So isn't that cool? This is why I say it's one of the most versatile machines in the line. So just about, there are so many features of the 10 and 6 needle that are packed into this machine that I think it's well, and the price point is just amazing as well. So they will definitely tell you what that price point is. And I'm sure, knowing Mulqueens, they're going to have a really good deal on it. So again, I would not walk, I would run to get that deal. All of these things are that I showed you are available for this machine. So it doesn't just embroider. You're getting a lot. It is jam-packed with features to make your embroidery and quilting life so much more fun, fast, and easy.
Yes, that's for sure.
What do you think, Darren?
I think you're amazing. I think that we have an opening here for you whenever you're ready to come.
Oh, that's sweet. I can't wait.
Yep. Someday it would be cool to do a Jerry trunk show of all your products that you've made, all your quilts.
Oh, it's fun. It gets crazy. I just want to warn you.
Yeah. When I first met you at one of those Anita Good Design events, and checking out the socks that you're wearing.
Yeah.
Now I wear. Everybody gets me like crazy socks all the time because I started wearing ones with roosters on it. That was my first pair, and now like all my socks have funny things on them.
Peer pressure now.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna have in my socks now.
I was gonna have a contest with you, but I don't think the people at home would care about our sock contest of who's wearing the crazier socks.
What do you have on today?
My socks have roosters on them.
Nice.
Jerry, what about you?
I'm in sandals. I know.
Okay. Yeah, you're in California.
Yeah,
Might as well wear sandals.
I'm in Southern California, so it's warm here.
So amazing machine. All those possibilities are kind of endless.
Yeah.
The hat hoop, that new hat hoop is pretty cool.
Yeah, the fact that you can use it on this machine is amazing.
Yeah, when we found out the new hat hoop would work even on the one needle, we were pretty excited.
Well, like I said, even if you have the 6 and 10, this would be an awesome machine to have in your arsenal just to do caps. You could just leave your cap frame on and let that do all your caps.
Yep. In fact, we had a gentleman that bought the PRS 100, wound up trading it in for the 10 needle. He saw it sitting there still because we hadn't got it serviced to resell. He came back and he said, "You know what? Can I buy that back?" Because he did exactly that. He left that one for his hats, and he had the 10 needle for his shirts and everything else. Yeah,
it's really versatile. I've heard that story several times, actually at events, and people buy back their machines or they buy another one because it's so versatile and they miss it.
Yep. So we're going to do a quick PowerPoint here shortly, but before Jerry goes, please let us know if you have any questions because we don't get them very often. Oh, here's one. How many needles does that machine have?
It's a single needle. It's one needle. But again, it is a semi-industrial machine. So the same guts that are in the 6 and 10 needle, you'll find in the single needle. So it does have that. It does have that pressure and that punch that the 6 and 10 needles have. I
think it's nice to have 6 or 10 needles, but they don't have the free motion capability like this one. And the price point, when you see our price on it, you'll be like, oh, that's kind of affordable for having an extra machine around.
And understandably, the 6 and 10 needle, they're pricey. They have a price point to them. They're well worth the money, absolutely.
Oh yes.
Some people are just not ready for that yet, but they do want to jump into this world. It's a great time to do it. It's a great way to do it because then if you want to get the price point is so good, you can pay this off and then get a 10 needle, and now you've got the Persona and the 10 needle.
Yep. We like that idea. Is it stitch regulated in free motion mode?
It is not stitch regulated. No, you're doing all the designs and you're doing purely free motion. You're the one creating the stitch design. But if you've never done free motion, it doesn't take long at all to learn that. It doesn't take long to learn how to regulate your stitches. So it's nothing to be scared
of. Somebody's asking, can you put a double needle in it?
Oh, that's a good question. No, you cannot. That's a good question, but no. Nope, doesn't have that capability. You could try, but the problem is it's just a single hole. So you might do damage to your machine. So I would not suggest that.
That would be a cool idea if they would have just left that needle plate hole opening a little bit larger.
That is a good idea. You know what? I'm gonna suggest that, because they ask us educators for any ideas, and I bring a notebook in the field, as you know, and I'm writing stuff down. So any suggestions that you have, I will pass it along. That's a great idea.
I'm gonna switch it over to Jer real quick. He's gonna help with some of the questions. I'm gonna.
All right.
I gotta send Jer a quick email.
Aaron wants the price email to her. It's going to be inside of this next PowerPoint, so don't worry about getting it emailed. Give us about 10 minutes or so. The one file that I had on here was corrupt, so I had Darren's emailing it right now. Let's see. How do you stabilize the tube frame? Did they already answer that?
The tube frame, it's just a simple stabilizer, just like you would any other frame. You would just place your stabilizer on the frame and then put your jeans over it, and it'll stabilize. Once you start stitching, it'll lock it into place.
All right, let's look.
Lori, that's a good question. How hard is it to start a business? I think it says, how hard is it to start bunnies? But I think she meant a business. I would start small. Don't overwhelm yourself. Like I said, I'm around golf courses, so I could go to one of the golf courses and say, give them a price. Say, here's what are you charging now? What are your people charging for for doing polo shirts and hats? And just get a price point, and then maybe undercut that a little bit. And the next thing you know, you're going to have more business than you know how to handle.
So what is the largest hoop that's available for it?
It's an 8x8, but you can do split designs as well, and there are brother hoops for that as well. So you could split the design and do it a little bit bigger if you want. So, but again, it does Disney. That's right, Teresa. It does Disney. It's the only machine in this semi-industrial, like multi-needle type of world that does Disney. So if you wanted to do Disney hats, there you go.
I get their licensing is with one needle machines, right? Is that how cool that is?
Yeah, they're for the single needle machine. Now I will say this caveat: do not sell your Disney designs. They will find you. You can't sell the Disney designs, but you can certainly embroider as many as you want to keep for yourself or give to family and friends.
Katie's asking if there's upgrades for the PRS 100. I don't know if there's upgrades yet.
Yeah,
are there any upgrades?
Not quite yet. Yeah, not quite yet.
Price if tube frame does price.
Let's see what else we got here.
Which one's the tube frame?
Oh, that's the one that's on my machine now.
Okay.
Yeah, let me. I can switch.
I'm not sure which one that is. I'll have to.
The tubular frame. It's the long one that just came out.
It's on my machine right now.
Okay. No, I'll have to. Renee, if you email Darren at mulqueen.com, I have them in stock. Is that the same one for all of them, Jerry?
Yeah. It's the same one. Yep, it'll fit the 6 or 10 needles. So again, they're trying to keep all of these accessories so that you can go back and forth depending on the machine that you have. So you don't have to keep buying things. That's what I love about Brother is they're proprietary to their stuff, but you can use it throughout the line.
Yeah. So I know I have them in stock. I don't know the price offhand, but just know we have them. And just email Darren at Mulqueen. Jared might pop that up there real quick just so you have my email if you ever need anything. I can email you back the price of it. There's my email. Any other questions for Jerry?
Yeah.
I
know, Lynn. I'm sorry. I should have mentioned earlier. About 2 months ago, we rescued a bulldog. We adopted a bulldog from the Southern California Bulldog Rescue. And if you know anything about bulldogs, they're big snorers. So if you probably hear him snoring away in the background. He's a little attached to me. So wherever I'm at, he's got to be. So
that's way cool. Yeah.
His name is Hercules, and he's a bulldog. So
Little Hercules. I know that when we do these events, there's like always a crowd of ladies around you looking at all your samples. So I know there's always a lot of questions for you.
Well, I have a lot of new ones too. There's a lot of new things that have come out with some of the different machines as well. So You know, there's the octagonal shapes and the luminaire and the, you know, all the new shapes in the luminaire. So I've got all samples for that too.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to schedule something down the road if that's okay, so that we can do a brother kind of trunk show with.
I would love that. I would love that. Everyone's asking to see Hercules. All right, there he is.
Oh, there's Hercules.
There's Hercules snoozing away. He's going to become the star now. People are going to be asking. Right. Yeah, we don't want Jerry. We want Hercules.
Yes. Do you have Hercules' email for everybody to email Hercules?
Yeah. Everyone's like, you should start your own like Instagram of Hercules. But any other questions?
Yeah, we love it.
Yeah.
Did you see yesterday we had Sweet Pea designs on?
Yeah.
From Australia. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And right next after this, we have Fabric Confetti, local artists. A lot of people might not know of them.
Awesome.
I think they sell their stuff all over the country, so I'm sure a lot of people know who they are.
Very good.
That's coming up here in about probably a half hour or so at 4 o'clock.
Very good.
And tomorrow we have Kimberbell at 2.
Awesome.
Kim from Kimberbell.
Yeah, they're great too.
That'll round out our 6 days of going live. That'll be kind of cool. And then a little after noon tomorrow, we'll do our big giveaways. We're giving away a PS500 Brother machine, I believe, and
oh my goodness,
all sorts of other goodies. We have them all in the corner of our room here.
Yeah,
I think Jerry should pick a winner.
Everyone get in on that.
You know, if you don't mind, Jerry, can you see I guess you can see them. You can see the comments on the side?
Yeah. I've got them open.
Will you pick 2 names randomly? Because we have these brother... I'm going to come over on that side.
Go to one.
We have these brother USB sticks.
Oh, nice.
Brother colors. One side has mulqueen.com. It's kind of hard to see, but they're the right size. They're 2 gig, so that it works in
perfect
in all the brother machines. You don't want your USB stick to be too big, because then you're kind of looking through a lot of stuff. But we're gonna give away
that. They're like, well, why? You know, what's the right one to use? I'm like, well, they'll work. The problem is if they're too big, you're going to load them all with designs, and it'll take forever to download the design to your machine. So stick with 2 gigs.
2 gig, and they're tested, so they're perfect for brother machines.
Awesome, and they're cool looking. They're really cool.
Yeah, we paid a little extra to get the black with the blue, so we thought that was really cool.
Well, you guys always go the extra mile. You guys always do what you need to do for your customers, so that's awesome.
If you could pick a name.
Oh, I can't handle this pressure. Oh my gosh. All right, let's do I'm just going to scroll through, and the name that I see, Patricia Feakin.
Yay, Trisha. Jerry's going to write your name down, and his email is on the screen. If whoever wins, whoever Jerry picks, and if you didn't win, you got to blame Jerry.
I know, so I said I can't handle this pressure. All right, let's do one more.
You get that name, Jerry?
Julie Karlblom.
Congratulations, Julie.
Julie, yeah. Congrats to everybody.
Jared will write your name down on this side, and then we'll make sure, just email us so we can get your address and get these mailed out to you. I can hear Hercules.
Oh my goodness.
That is so cute.
When he's sleeping. Oh my gosh.
Sounds like me.
Well, I'm glad I have it. I'm horrible. I'm a horrible snorer. I use a CPAP machine, and it sort of creates a white noise, so I don't have to hear Hercules snore.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, thank you very much. You know, I chose this machine. I hope you're okay with that, because there are so many to pick. But I thought, this is the most versatile tool that a lot of people won't have already, and it would just add nicely to their tool box of machinery.
There's so much bang for the buck with this machine. There really is. Again, it's a semi-industrial embroidery machine that does free motion quilting. I mean, that's just so awesome that it does that. Plus, again, you could use the tube frame and the cap frame, and it's just really well-rounded.
Yeah. Well, we do thank you, and until we get to meet again, Jerry, I can't wait for that.
Me
But
too. Me too.
this is the worst part. I don't want to say goodbye. I want to talk to you forever. But,
Well,
but
thank you to Mulqueens for having me. I so appreciate it. It was so much fun. I hope you learned a lot. I hope everyone, please run to Mulqueens and get this machine. Get any machine. They're awesome. Their price points are amazing, and they're awesome people with awesome text to back it all up.
hey, thanks, Jerry. Thank you. Until next time.
Yeah, see you soon.
Bye, Jerry. Thank you. Well, that was amazing. I love Jerry. We love it when he comes to town. And we love that machine. We are being told by Jerry in the weather department over here that the PowerPoint that I have made last night is not able to come on the screen. So you've already seen the machine. I just want to tell you the price. So I'm going to use the PowerPoint on my computer to get to the final price. So the Brother PRS 100 is on sale for the MSRP is $69.99, so $7,000, which is not bad for the machine of its capabilities. But we are taking $2,000 off of that price, making it $4,995. So you can purchase the Brother PRS 100 basically for $49.95. And if you buy this week, on top of that, we're going to offer a $300 Brother shopping spree for Brother notions, whatever supplies that you would want to get to make the purchase of your PRS 100 well-rounded with stabilizers or anything that that we have at mulqueen.com to support your Brother machine. So that's your bottom price on that is $49.95, and you get a $300 gift card to enhance your Brother machine. The free motion table is on sale. It's normally $8.99. Right now it is $300 off of the free motion table kit, so that makes that free motion kit $5.99. If you wanted to add that to this purchase, you get a $300 gift card, so that would basically leave the free motion table at only $300. There is a hat hoop kit for it that Jerry talked about, and with the sale on that new hat hoop, it does work with the 6 and the 10 needle as well. So it'll grow with you as if you go from the 1 needle to the 6 to the 10. It's $9.99. It's supposed to be $1,499, but we have the hat hoop available at $9.99. If you're one of the first people to purchase this machine, I will throw in a extra special bonus gift, and you will see that either arrive with your machine. I'll email you right away so you know what that is. It is a little secret that Mulqueen has put together for you with the purchase as well. So $49.95 for the machine, and you get a $300 gift card to have a Brother shopping spree for some cool supplies. If you want to add the free motion quilt table or a hat hoop, we have those available as well. So that's been great. We're setting our room up here. I have a table here full of all of the products from Fabric Confetti. Got them on both sides here, so we're gonna be the ones showing the products, and Vanessa, from the creator and owner of Fabric Confetti, will come on live here at 4 o'clock. And then right after Vanessa will be Bruce Allen with Bruce Allen Designs. And we have some stuff to unveil from Bruce Allen Designs. And if you're interested in that machine, just know that it was created for the right price point to get that cylinder frame. If you're trying to do a hat on this machine that's still here on our table, the Lumineer, this is the most amazing machine for sewing and embroidery. But if you're wanting to get to that next level of maybe doing some harder to embroider items, like if you do a lot of t-shirts over and over again, the PRS 100 has that tubular arm, so the back of your shirt hangs below the needle plate. You don't have to worry about embroidering the front to the back of your shirt. And don't forget, the first person to buy a PRS 100 will get a very special bonus gift with their purchase on top of what you see on your screen. So with that, I think we're going to take a very quick break. What time is it, Jerry? 3 o'clock. Wow, we got a lot of time, don't we, Jerry? So is this where you're going to do show them how to do your Irish step dancing?
So you guys were there. You guys can all attest to it. Darren was the one. I know I saw like 6 or 8 people inside of here saying that they wanted you to do it.
Oh, okay.
So
You know,
he's actually setting up the dance floor right now. He's getting ready to do it.
I'll practice tonight and
Oh,
I'll
you're
do
gonna-
it tomorrow.
Oh, he's going to push it off. All right, let me put you back to Darren.
All right. So just keep in mind that tomorrow we have at 10 a.m. Handy Quilter. We have a gentleman that will be demoing the Moxie, which is a brand new 8-foot frame machine, all stitch regulated for all of you quilters out there that would like to get into long arm quilting. This is a perfect long arm machine, completely stitch regulated on a frame. It'll be less than $5,000 for a full size long arm quilting machine from Handy Quilter. So we have Handy Quilter that will be here tomorrow morning at 10, and then 12 p.m. Janome will be showing the 650, which is part of the reason why our family business is not just a Singer store anymore, and we've kind of moved on to carry pretty much everything, and that is because Janome 6600 ultimately, which the 6650 will be shown tomorrow. If you haven't seen it, wait till you see that. And then at 2 p.m. tomorrow is Kimber Bell. Kim herself will be here live with us, showing some of the new stuff. We have a special for something that she's going to show for Valentine's gifts, which
A dance off between us two.
yeah, and we might, if we sell enough machines, Jared and I both might do a dance off. You never know. I mean, you can probably imagine how well I can dance. So you.
What do we receive if we buy the embroidery frame if we already bought the machine? What embroidery frame are you talking about?
Who is that? Let's see, Susan.
Sandy.
Oh, sorry, Sandy Ivanko. What do we receive if we buy an embroidery frame? We already have the machine. So maybe it's the table. Do you have a PRS 100 perhaps, and you're looking for that free motion quilt table? You can always email us if we. It's kind of amazing. We see people that do live events, and our Mulqueen family and customers, like you guys, are so amazing that the comments come by so fast that sometimes we do miss some. So please,
There's like 2,000 comments every 30
there's
minutes.
usually around 2,000 comments that are just flying by. So if you don't mind to just email us, or next time you see us, but if you have questions and you need them answered a little more immediately, just give us an email.
So I want to answer this question. I keep getting questions as far as the sign up for the grand prize, which is over here behind me. If you pre-registered or are registering, as I put that link up, it's on that Eventbrite. So if you go ahead and I'll put the link in right now for you. But if you go ahead and register through the Eventbrite, you will automatically be eligible to win the grand prizes. Regardless if you've won already or not through this whole thing, you're still going to be eligible to win the grand prizes. So just know that.
Some of the prizes that we have are there's a Juki serger, there's a Janome sewing machine, the 3160 that they demoed on Monday, I believe. If you need a perfect travel sewing machine, the Janome 3160, under our Janome link on our website, it's only $5.99. You get a $60 Mulqueen gift card at that price. It comes with your walking foot, your 1/4-inch foot, your quilt table. I mean, it comes with everything for $5.99. It's like, it has scissor cut. That's like the #1 feature that people want. We have a Janome 3160 that we're going to give away. You remember back when it was Monday? We had a company called Filtech.
That was like 3 weeks ago.
Habdash. And they had the Filtech glide thread. It seemed like so long ago that they were here, but they gave one Monarch thread set away while they were here, and they gave us one extra one to give away. So we're going to give that away tomorrow. That is their top 30 colors from the Glide Thread Company.
Yes, if you got a ticket early in the week, if you get a ticket today, if you get a ticket tomorrow, up until the point where we give it away, we'll pull names at the end of the day or whenever, right before we go to pull names for the prizes. You will get a chance to win as long as you're registered.
We have a Floriani prize that is a huge stabilizer bundle, software, thread, and embroidery designs. It's valued at a lot of money. There's 4,200 stitchitized designs that if they were worth $1 a piece, it would be worth $4,200 just for the designs. But these designs are high-end designs that are done by Stitchitize, so they're worth actually more than $1 a piece. But
and then also
the overall bundle is valued at $7,000. We're giving that away tomorrow.
So I'm posting the link again. You just click on this link, and then that's where you go to get your ticket. But yes, we will post the names, and no, you do not have to be online to win. It's not a comment-based one. It's going to be registration-based. So to win like the USBs and the gift cards and that type of stuff, you do have to be commenting and sharing and stuff like that. But the grand prize, you have to be registered. There's no other way to win.
One thing I was thinking about as time goes on, if we have our little setup here with our big backdrop here, I feel like I'm winning an award at an award show or something.
What would you win an award for?
I don't know, being a guest host. I don't know.
Like best host?
But I was thinking that I think it would be cool, and you just maybe comment if you think it would be too. If when a lot of our customers, they come in and they say, like, look at what I made, and then we all love it because we love show and tell. That we'll bring you right into this room and then quickly go live to show off what you made to all of our Mulqueen family and friends and family and fans out there. How you made it, and just do a quick little interview. If you guys think that would be cool. Show and tell is like so important, I think, to kind of show off what you just worked so hard on. You spend hours on these projects, and we love to see them. And I think that our friends and fans that are out there would probably love to see them too. So that's something I was thinking of. Just leaving the setup. You bring in what you have to show and tell. We'll sit far apart because it is COVID. We have our masks, but just to kind of go on live to kind of show and tell. But
yeah, so if you got a ticket in your email, you are registered. A red carpet and paparazzi for photo ops with the backdrop.
Yes, that would be good. Hey, we can't split screen you and I, can we, dear? I feel like I'm looking at you, or I should just move my mouth when you're talking so they think that.
So you're the one talking?
Yeah.
You're camera shy, but it would be fun to see what others make. Oh, and Lynn, we're gonna try to get those mats back in, the blue brother mats with our name on them.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna try to get those back in, but getting stuff from China right now is an obstacle. So the manufacturer is obviously slow to get those out. So just bear with us.
We need to find an American manufacturer.
Yeah.
So,
free question for Handy Quilter. The carriage track for the Moxie builds up quickly with stuff. No, just use a toothbrush to clean it out. Any long arm is always going to get different little bits of lint and everything, because I mean, if you look at your sewing machine as you quilt a sewing machine or piece of sewing machine, you're always going to have lint everywhere. Look at him mocking me. He caught me off. But yeah, as long as you clean it with a toothbrush or anything like that, you can keep the machine going. And that's not just the Moxie. The Moxie is a great machine for the price point. You guys will see tomorrow. There's a gentleman by the name of Chris Sousa. He is one of the educators for Handy Quilter, and he actually lives in Arizona. He will be on tomorrow, bright and early, 10 o'clock in the morning.
I won't be up by then, but that'll be cool.
No, Darren's sleeping in tomorrow. So let's see what else.
We're just looking at the questions as they come in.
Everyone prefers U.S. made products.
Yep. And just know, you should see my mom. She is working so hard boxing up stuff. My brother Keith is like going around the store shopping, like picking up all the stuff that people are ordering. We have
Ken and Ash are both back
Ken,
there.
my brother Ken, my niece Ashling, and we have Kay cutting fabrics for everybody, and like all your orders are, they're frantically getting them together. Unfortunately, there are a few items that are out of stock, and as soon as we've already have them ordered, so we're just once they come in, we'll get your orders out to you as soon as possible. So please bear with us. Thank you for all that you're buying. We just ask for just a little bit of patience when it comes to receiving them. Although I did see Kyra Vega earlier say,
Cass Allen bought the machine. She was the first one.
"Oh, cool."
I think. I don't know. I haven't looked to see who bought the persona, but Cass Allen says that she has purchased one.
Very nice. Thanks, Cass. That might be the perfect addition because I know Cass has a Dream and Quattro. Now she has the single needle. Yeah, it's the reason why I had Jerry show the single needle, because he could have demoed the glorious Lumineer, but just the fact that you can do free motion quilting and have that narrow arm, I just thought that was a perfect machine. La, la, la.
The hat hoop for the persona is not $5.99. It's
No, the free motion quilting, the table and the foot pedal to make it run, that's the $5.99 for the free motion quilting. The hat hoop is $9.99.
the hat hoop is typically it's around $1,500.
MSRP on it is quite a lot. It's like a restricted item, but we get a little bit of leniency on some things during events, and that's the only reason why we're doing that. It's a limited time for this Sunday. We have 2 more days of our sale. And if you see something and you email us see something you wanted and we don't have it for some reason, if you email us and say, "Hey, I want to buy that," we'll still give you the show special. And then once it comes in, we'll take care of it.
Found Mighty Fuse yet. Unfortunately, I have not even really left this room because I have to be the one clicking the cameras, making sure the comments are flowing, that type of thing. So hopefully in the next little bit.
My mom is right here. I was hoping that she would come on.
Here, I'll go on the camera. Then that way you can give it to Darren.
Mom, come here.
So
Please switch the camera over.
Bridgie's giving oh, there she is.
Look
at her.
There's Mom.
We tricked her into going on camera. So she's working hard in the back. She's shipped out. And how many orders have you shipped out so far? Yeah, so we typically, like a day-by-day basis, we'll ship anywhere from like 60 to 150, and we never really have to use the Postal Service's pallet. We've only had to do it a couple times during COVID, but today they filled the pallet and a couple bins on top of that with the amount of orders that have come in. So there's probably like a total of like 600 orders that need to be shipped out. So they'll get out very quick.
We love our mama. She we always say she's the hardest working one. She's here before anybody. She was here 7 days a week, which is really crazy. But my brother Keith took over the bill paying to alleviate her, because she loves fondling the fabric. So I don't know if you've.
I don't think you can say that one online.
Oh really? Oh, I'll take that back. I did not say that. No, my mom loves fabric. She's the one that does our ordering. When it comes in, whether it's 120 degrees outside or like cold, she'll be outside sorting the fabrics as they come into the first staged area until they can finally make it to the floor and to other stores. But my mom is amazing.
Which Mulqueen works in Glendale? There is not one.
My brother Keith was going out there, and then when Tammy moved out there from our Tempe store to manage, Keith did not continue going out there just because there's so many people there that could handle it. But we should go out there, huh, Jared?
They're saying also a fondler of fabric. We all love to fondle the fabric. Yes, you can say that.
I'm going to show off some of Mom's fabric. There's a few of these left. So these are under that event tab on our website, since we're talking about my mom and her fabric. We have these.
I'm going to come hang out with Darren.
These are the 2.5 inch strip. You get 40 pieces. $32.95 is the normal price, but they're discounted. I think that they're about $25.
And those ones?
Those are, what, 10 by 10 squares?
Yep. These ones are normally $30, and they're discounted as well on the site.
So Jared's, he's showing the 10-inch squares. But this is the 2.5 inch strip jelly roll again.
I think this is Darren's socks, actually.
Oh, it looks like it.
Let's see. Let me see your socks. It's close enough.
This one here is called Free Motion Fantasy. If you're interested in any of those, if you're on our home page, just to guide you to it. If you're on our homepage, mulqueen.com, and you just scroll down past that very top banner, it'll say Event Specials. If you click on that tab, that's where these are.
So that one, where am I at? That one's another $30.
I think they're...
Jerry, you may have lost your everyone's favorite Mulqueen title to your grandma. Well, no, she's the honorary favorite Mulqueen.
Yeah, nobody can beat Nana. This one is called... Sorry. This one's called Mabon, M-A-B-O-N. Has anybody ever heard that name before? At our time reading that name, but it's Mabon, and the price that you see on there, it's at least 20% off. I can't remember if Ken said that they were a set price or if they're...
This one's Geopop. So it's all like geometric patterns. You can actually see on the back what each thing is. I'll show you that.
We're probably making them dizzy at home, you think?
Well, hope they took their Dramamine.
This one is called Deer Festival. And we are showing those. Those were, I think there's about less than a dozen of each of them left.
This one's the nice shiny one called Jubilee.
Jerry loves cherry Jubilee.
Oh, that's actually Nana's favorite ice cream.
Is it?
Yep. So the last one, Folk Art Fantasy, with that inside there. I can't keep looking at fabric, though. I already have too much. There's never enough.
We don't carry a lot of pre-cuts. Most of our fabric is by the yard. And if you don't know, but I hope you do, most of our fabric is $6.95 a yard.
Can you count that high?
I can count up to $7.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's good.
So $6.95 for the best quality fabric. What? Although some of our fabric is now going to $7.95.
Hi, Quentin.
Thanks to the price. Everything is kind of going up a price. However, about 5, maybe 6, 7 years ago, they said that we would never be able to even stay at the $6.95 price, but we've been able to hold our price at $6.95 a yard for a long time, and it's thanks to how much you guys buy from us to keep our prices low. We're going to have some of it have to come in at $7.95, but we feel that that is still a decent price point. $7.95 a yard for the same. It's high quality quilt fabric. My mom is very, very particular. If it's rough, grainy, if you can see through it, it's not on our shelves. It's only the best quality of fabrics. And what does Kristen Ball say? Kristen, we're waiting for you to come back to work, please.
Kristen says, are the pre-cuts in their own separate category?
Can you look,
Kristen?
Can you find them real quick?
Kristen, you work here. You should know.
We're not going to let Kristen get away from us. She worked here at the front register. She was teaching some classes, and she thinks that she can move to Kentucky. I don't know if that's allowed, but I guess we kind of have to let that happen. We do have some of our fabrics on our website that is $9.99, but it's fabric that would generally sell elsewhere for $12.95 up to $15 a yard. That would be like your grunges and your fairy frosts and Kimberbell and some of the more expensive fabrics.
You're telling me I have to look for the fabric right now? I have to look for the pre-cuts?
Yeah, it should be on the home page on that event tab. Just I want to make sure it's there because that's where I said it was.
Okay.
It's below that home banner.
Kristen found some. Kristen, I'm looking right now, and then I'll bring it up.
Whenever we get pre-cuts, we do love to get them. Hey, where'd I go?
You went home.
Here's got the website up, and we have our dial up. Someday we're gonna move on to a faster speed than dial up.
I'm just glad I never had to use dial up.
Yeah, you missed that whole era.
Yep.
You know, my kids have never really seen a cassette tape.
I have seen a cassette tape. That I have for sure.
My little guy Evan, he's 10 years old. He only knows of a cassette tape because of Guardians of the Galaxy. One of the characters on Guardians of the Galaxy. He listens to headphones and he has a cassette tape player.
Cuddle Fabric is between 58 and 60 inches wide.
The Cuddle is a wider fabric, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's not quite considered wide, but it is between 58 and 60 inches.
We have a couple of Cuddle colors that is the 108 wide for backing, but very few, only a couple.
I think once we've sold out, or there's only a couple, and once we sell them, I don't think they're taking them again.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Because it's just as easy to stitch two of them together, I think is what they figure. So let's look. Oh, you're talking about the...
Nope, on the homepage again. Go back one more.
Oh, good. So I get to wait for it to load again.
Yes, thank you. I love that.
Everyone just loves looking at our website.
That top banner there that you're seeing, if you click on that, that goes day by day. That's going to show you like what we sold on Monday, what they were talking about. Hey, will you go back up a little bit? That next link, the Sweet Pea, if you click on that link, that's going to bring you right to Sweet Pea's website and allow you to use Mulqueen 10 code to save 10% on your order. And that's valid for, I think, 10 days from yesterday. So if you haven't used your code, click that link. It does take you away from our site to theirs. And then the next one, Jared, go back up. The Famore scissor, the gentleman, Brent, that was here yesterday showing those rotary cutter blades and all those scissors. You have to click that link for us, please, so that when you go to their website, you can use that Mulqueen code at checkout to get your 10% off. And Famore scissors, they make scissors for everybody. Like if you ever buy a kit, like from Kimberbell or from Boff, or we have Janome kits, we have Floriani kits of scissors, like the scissor sets that you see. Most likely it's from Famore scissors. And I only say that because they make the best scissors. And so you can buy the kits because we do have Kimberbell scissor kits here, or you can buy the same type of scissors directly there on that website.
Darren, do you remember phone operators?
Yes. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, someone said, do you remember operators?
Oh, yeah. Phone.
No,
You don't remember operator?
Me?
Yeah.
I was born in 98.
Are you a millennial?
I'm Gen Z.
Are you Gen Z?
Yeah. I'm just glad I can say I'm not a millennial.
That's okay if you are. Yeah, we used to have an operator that if you had a hard time getting through or something, you would call 0 for the operator. Is there even an operator anymore? I wonder what happens.
Should we try it?
What happens if you dial 0 now?
Let's try it.
Lori, is there a... Jared's going to try it. Is there... Lori Walters, is there still an operator? And if so, who pays for that operator? Nope. If you dial 0, nothing happens. Jared just tried it.
Looks like your calls aren't going through anymore. Buena Hour was an operator.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember calling 411 for information. That's still a thing. And then what was it, 511 for traffic?
Hey, Daniela D, that was Jared that said that. Please don't be mad at me. I didn't. Millennials are cool, in my opinion.
They're just the middle ground. No, I'm just kidding.
We love everybody. You know, we appreciate anybody helping young people get into this hobby of sewing and the love of sewing. We're always trying to do that. We're always trying to
Put you back on the screen.
wow, I'm too close. I like to be behind that table so you don't really see me very well. I'm gonna go back there.
You can see that you didn't do your hair.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'll
hide
come
back here.
with you.
I like to hide back here.
So we have
a lot of stuff to kind of pull out of these bins and bags to show you.
Does the iron come in different colors?
That little iron does. I know it's purple. I know
There's purple and yellow. I know that. There used to be like a blue, almost like a teal.
Are you talking about the little Oliso iron?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There's a few different colors. I know what we had in stock was yellow and purple.
And if you weren't able to buy them while we had them, please email Jer at Mulqueen, and he will make sure that we.
A sewing student asked me if those irons you put in the fireplace.
Oh yeah, we have an iron that would you put in the fire to heat it up.
Actually, up at the cabin, there's Darren's a great dancer. Brian said.
Yes, Brian. Thank you. How many of you have been to our Tempe store? That's a good question. That's Brian Van Ort is our manager there at the Tempe location.
How about I give away another $11 gift card for someone that's been to the Tempe store? Let's do that.
Okay. It's only money, right?
It's only your money. Brenda's been there. See,
I guess you'll have to maybe give it to Brenda since she was the first one.
But see, the thing is, Brenda's already won.
Oh, really?
Yep. So we kind of have to make everyone.
You can keep winning on the end tomorrow's.
Yeah, you can win all of those because that's going to be pulled out of a bank. So that's going to be different. But I'd prefer to pull someone random on here. I just keep going back and forth with the mouse and landing on someone.
He spins the mouse, and where does it land?
Let's see.
Are you really doing that?
I have the mouse right here.
Oh, you got a wireless mouse.
Yeah. No, it's just a really long wire like the phones back in the day.
Like today, when I get mad at somebody on the phone and I want to hang up on them, I used to be able to like slam the phone down, and it was like just such a good feeling. But now you just have
like
you just touch the button, and it doesn't give you that same satisfaction. All right.
All right. Who are we picking, Darren? You want to pick someone? Let's see.
No, I don't want to pick.
Okay, then I'll pick.
Spin the wheel. You're not spinning it hard enough.
You guys can hear. How about? Whoops! I just saw the name. Right there. All right, Mary J. Hino, you are the winner. So I'll go ahead and write down your name. Go ahead and email me at jer@mulqueen.com, and I will. I'll go ahead and get you a gift card the first part of the week.
We do want you to know that we can see all the comments from YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Periscope, I believe.
Sierra Myers said she wanted to win.
And Peggy Murphy Payne says that she's Irish.
I'm Irish. My Ancestry.com came back at 100%.
I bought my mom and dad Ancestry.com for Christmas a couple years back, and my dad sent his in, and I was like, I wonder, like, would somebody get mad if they would get the results and find that they weren't really the nationality that they thought they were? But my dad's came back at 100% Irish. So I didn't do one. I figured that mine would probably come back also 100% Irish. Yep. Linda Fox, there you are again. I love that name. We Gina's Irish. We need to put together a trip where we all go to Ireland.
And we have like 60,000 customers.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
the tourism would love us.
Lynn's grandma was Irish.
My neighbor's dog's sister was Irish.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That's how I got my 100%.
Hey, Curry hasn't won anything yet. You might win tomorrow, okay? Or we still have Fabric Confetti coming up.
Still have about 2 hours left.
We have a half hour until Fabric Confetti. I realize some people are looking at our Facebook page and say, what is going on? Like, can you imagine somebody scrolling by and seeing this guy on the screen with a bag behind him that says "sew" and a big wall that says mulqueen.com, and they'd be like, what is that? Sorry. It just seems a little funny.
You know, it was funny. Darren and I were talking yesterday in between one of the classes or whatever, one of the demos that was going on, and I looked at Darren and I said, have you ever thought to yourself how different of a business this is? And he was saying, yeah, it's definitely a weird niche business to be in, but we wouldn't trade it for anything else. All of our customers are like family. So,
and I have a question for you guys, because I feel that this business is the most giving hobby in the whole world of hobbies. I don't know if you can name a hobby that is more giving than the sewing world with all the quilts that people give away. I need to stop swaying so that everybody's not seasick. Thank you for the support, Sierra.
it's my girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, Carol. Well, I hope you win, Carol.
Where's Carol's comment?
One up from where you just hit. But we can see every post from every. I think Facebook is our biggest. We have like 37,000.
I think it's actually YouTube.
People that follow us.
Oh, you're talking about following?
Yeah, so I think that maybe Facebook goes to a deeper.
Well, like just this video that you guys are watching right now. Let me go up to it. The video you guys are on right now has like 6,500 engagements. So, I mean, we apologize. We want everyone to win, but there's like throughout the day, there's probably close to 20,000 people who click on these videos.
You know, Kristen, that's a good giveaway hobby as well. More people, a very giving hobby is music. That is true.
Bought my first serger from you over 20 years ago when you were on Price Club on Broadway.
Thank you. Who is that?
It just says Facebook user. Let me go to the Facebook page.
My brother Keith worked at our store in Mesa way back when he was in high school, and we had a store right by. It used to be called Price Club at the time, before Costco. The screen went away here, but I know there it is.
Our quilt guild does donation quilts for many different recipients.
Connie Williams didn't win yet either. You know, sometimes when we do our in-person events, there's been many of them where we start the first day with giving away prizes, and by the end of the second day, everybody has won something out of 120 to 150 people. And I think that we would love to do that here, but there's a lot of people. So that's any order that comes through while supplies last, we're giving a free gift in the package. Trying to give away as much as we can. Pricing, shipping is free. It's crazy how expensive shipping is getting. A lot of these products, we have to ship it to get to us and then pay for that, and then also pay for it going out. Patty hasn't won either. There's Lynn Maynard. I did more sewing last year than I did previous years.
Should I show them the picture of the Tempe store that we have up front?
No.
With me fixing.
I have it on my phone. I'll text it to you.
Okay.
I have email, actually.
Let me get.
It was actually something that we were going to do with it, but I think that this will be fun since we're here doing this.
Yeah. So
maybe
we can
turn it over to you.
Yeah, I'll bring it to me. I'm going to keep answering questions.
Look how cute I am. Look at me.
Oh, look, it's everyone's favorite Mulqueen again. All right. You did not get a gift with your order.
Oh,
Well, go ahead and Beverly, you're local, aren't you? So go ahead if you next time you're in the store, just mention it and we'll give it to you.
we might have run out, and then more came in. So I guess that could be also the part of the problem.
I did more sewing last year than I did the previous years. 50 masks, clothing, embroidering, and a scan and cut. You feel like you have won. You have had a ton of educators, and I have learned a bunch. Well, we appreciate that. We're glad you've been learning. You've sewn 1,179 masks. Darren nor I can count that high, so kudos to you to keeping count. Alice, where are we at? Not just quilts, but Alice and I are making all of the decor for the altar at church. Also, I've been hemming the priest slacks and nuns' dresses. That is neat. You send it?
Yep.
This is amazing, watching from Canada. It's nice and warm up there right now, actually.
I hope Canada shipping is fixed. We have Trish, our internet, one of our internet gals. She is hoping, she's trying to fix that part for us to get shipping working back to Canada. And my kids, my older son, his name is Aiden. He's 14. He I can't believe is almost going to get his learner's permit in a year. So make sure you stay off the roads next year. I think he's going to be a great driver, but he's going to come on later today and hopefully comment. So keep your eyes out for my other child, Aiden, for his comment. If you, I think earlier we did a contest to see if anybody could find my kids. I think only one of them had posted. I'm not sure they were both my kids. But.
Charlotte, yes, you can pick your orders up as long as you designated it for curbside pickup. Otherwise, it's going to ship out.
Yeah, we would love it if you would do curbside. All you have to do is select curbside, but you can still come in store and pick it up. You don't have to wait for us to bring it out to you. Our stores are open. We're trying to be as safe as possible.
There's me at the Tempe store.
Can you rotate it?
Yeah, I can. Let me see.
Wouldn't that be cool to see it? Like, oh yeah, there you go.
There you go. So that's
look at you.
That's how you fix a sewing machine. Use a hammer and a screwdriver, and that's it. But that was that's pretty much where I grew up. Was the Tempe store that was over on Rural and McClintock?
Nope, baseline and rural.
Baseline and Rural.
Yep, we used to keep Jer in a box in the corner. Just kidding.
That's actually true.
In a cabinet box. We used to have these big cabinet boxes, and it was fun to play in as kids.
See what else we have. One of these. That's Ken with the old Singer van, isn't it? Is that you or Ken?
That's Ken.
That's what I thought.
That's my brother Ken. About 2 years ago, I think. Is that, or maybe
that's like 150 years ago.
30 years ago. My brother Ken just turned 52.
On what? Today's the 29th, so
Tuesday.
All right. So
where is that photo from, I wonder? That's interesting. I don't know if we're supposed to be showing all these.
There's Darren with Ashling, my younger sister, who also works in the store part-time.
I was a little heavy then, like I am now. I guess I'm getting back to that point. Or that looks like it could be a costume.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't a costume with a big roll.
No, you were just oddly disproportionate. And then what else do we have?
We were going to do a contest with these tomorrow to see if you could guess who these people were. Let's do a contest for another $11 gift card. So $11 gift card to anybody that can pick out which one of those people in that photo
is a Mulqueen. And you have to guess which Mulqueen it is.
Yep. 2-part question. How many over from one of the sides, and who is it?
Yeah, you don't have to. Nope. Let's see. Rainey, you are incorrect. Yes, you are correct. She said I meant left. So, Rainy Brown, you are the winner of an $11 gift card.
We'll email it to you. Just email Jer at Mulqueen to get your gift card.
Ken is second from right.
So that's my dad's band in Ireland. I'll put it back on there so we can.
Back on there? Okay.
Yeah. So the second from the left, the trumpet player is my dad. It was called the Coasters Combo. That was in Ireland. They would play dances, and the amount of money that they made playing is about what you make nowadays playing music. Because I'm in a band, and it's a hard, definitely a hard way of living. So I do it not for the money, obviously.
Yeah, Mary Kuntz. That was the store that I was raised in. The lakes in Tempe.
Yeah, you might see the Lakes Sewing Center every once in a while for us, but that's our corporate name. Our very first store was in the Lakes Shopping Center in Tempe, Arizona, and so the corporate name became the Lakes Sewing Center, and we changed it to Singer Sewing Centers for years, and then once we broke our exclusivity with just carrying Singer, we decided to change the name. At first we were thinking, let's choose a big name. Let's go with like World of Sewing or something like bigger than, just a small Arizona family business. But after trying all these different names and thinking about it, we decided to use our family name just because we're a family business and you customers are like family to us. And so we went with using Mulqueen Sewing. At first it was Mulqueen Sewing Centers. We can't keep it straight. So it was called, Mulqueen Sewing and Vacuum Centers.
So that's where we're at right now, is on Main and Val Vista. But the other store that you may be referring to used to be over, basically, it was like Sycamore and Maine.
Well, we had Sycamore in Maine, and then at that same time we had a store at Gilbert and Maine in Mesa, and then the roof caved in during a rainstorm, and we weren't able to get it fixed fast enough, so we moved that location to Gilbert and Southern in Mesa.
And that's where
my brother Ken started
with Chris Bennis, Margie's son. Margie in our Glendale store. It would have been her son. So Margie, if you're watching, can you please tell us why so many sewing stores are combo vacuum stores?
I know why.
Darren, I would love to learn this because I question the same thing constantly because it makes no sense. There's no correlation.
Our Gilbert and Southern store is where this machine started. You put your thread in there. There was no actual spool. You put the thread in there. You follow the track, thread your needle. There was a regular bobbin underneath. Close that down, and it would embroider in that little tiny hoop area. With these different, you would have like 20 of these with all the different colors, and you would have to use these to load it onto your computer. But
I remember Chris.
Our Gilbert and Southern store is where that all started. But
let Darren's son drive the fire truck. That's funny. Keith actually sold that at Barrett Jackson again. So he bought it, kept it for a year, and sold it back.
And my brother bought a fire truck. He comes home from Barrett Jackson, and most people buy sports cars or something.
My story is funny
crazy.
With that.
And then he came back home and he couldn't stop giggling. Like, he bought a fire truck that had a ladder, siren, everything. It was an older fire truck. And Keith just had so much fun driving around with his friends. You could put 20 people on it and drive around. But anyway, I'm going to go real quick on the
vacuums.
The vacuum, from what I understand, because even our trade show is the Sewing Machine Dealer and Vacuum Dealer Trade Association. So they do go together there as well. But to get through the hard summers or a lull in the industry of sewing, they picked up vacuum cleaners to help keep business going so that it would be longer than income through the hard times. But you know what? We better go, I think, because
Take a break. We got
Vanessa,
15 minutes.
I see Vanessa and Bruce. They're going to be ready for us here soon, and we're not ready for them. We've been talking for a long time.
We've been screwing around for about 30 minutes.
But it's fun, you guys, and talking and asking questions and just going back and forth. I can almost do this all day. Could you?
Yeah, but I need to go after work.
Oh yeah, we got stuff to do.
Well, I just don't want to be. No, I'm just kidding.
But we have to organize real quick because we have a lot to show you here at 4 o'clock. So we're gonna take a quick break and we're gonna get organized for Fabric Confetti and Bruce Allen Designs. We're so excited for this. So we will be right back. Hello, we're back for our 4 o'clock event with Fabric Confetti and Bruce Allen Designs. We're here in Arizona from Mulqueen Sewing Center. My name is Darren Mulqueen. We love to support local artists, and look who we found. We found Fabric Confetti. Fabric Confetti has a whole line of embroidery designs, and we're going to bring in Vanessa real quick here for the Fabric Confetti portion of our event. Hi, Vanessa. How are you?
Fine. How are you? This is great.
Good. I love your backdrop. That's really cool.
Yeah, I forgot 2 quilts for you. So this is one, and then see me get up on a ladder and take it down, and I'll show you another one.
Okay, awesome. So we have samples on both sides of us. If it's okay, we'll hold up something, and then you can describe it and
Sure.
name the collection, because we have so much here. you have quite a collection, and we thank you for letting us do this.
All right.
But if I could ask people at home to maybe grab a notepad and a pencil, because Vanessa will give you the name of these collections, and they are all available on our website, mulqueen.com. We have enough inventory because this one is nice and easy, because Vanessa is local, and so she was able to drop off a whole bunch of patterns, and so we're ready for you. If you're interested in any of these. Vanessa, can you maybe discuss your business, how you became Fabric Confetti? And
Sure.
should I bow out? Do you have a little bit of time to talk about it, and then we'll come back?
No, I'm totally fine.
Okay.
I started Fabric Confetti in 2012. I was a teacher. I was a 7th and 8th grade teacher. But I'd been digitizing. I'm a medical illustrator, so I'd been illustrating my whole life, and I discovered digitizing software, and it was a match made in heaven, because I've been sewing forever. So I decided in 2012 I was going to just try my luck at this. My husband works from home, and he's so happy, and so I'd give it a go. And when I first came on the market, I had all these little pieces of confetti that you would cut with fabric, and that was like my claim to fame. So you would add that to your embroidery, and it would be kind of faux chic, a shabby chic. So that's what it was. But yeah, after I do 2 or 3 of those patterns, it's like, what else can you do with that? So then next I came out with something called Marion, and I don't have that. I would like to redo that this year. I've learned a lot about digitizing over the last few years. So I'd like to do that. Then I came up with a few others. And then in 2015, I came out with the letters. That's LMNOP. And it's just kind of taken off from there. It's a whole different way of digitizing. It's not just using satin stitch. I use all kinds of fills and all kinds of textures, and it's just a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun. Behind me, I have Potpourri 2. This is the second one of my Potpourri quilts. I have the first one came out, and with the first one, all of the vines and everything were fusible applique, and I did that because anyone with a smaller hoop could do the pattern. With this next one, I had to do, I made it so that it fits a 200 by 300 hoop, and everything on here is embroidery. The first one is still available. I have updated it a little bit. I call it Potpourri 2020, because I've just learned over the years, and so instead of saying revised, I just said Potpourri 2020. So that's a little bit behind that. In 2017, I met Bruce, and you're going to see his designs, and we started working together, and he's a fabulous designer. So it's really fun for us both to be working together now. I'm trying to read some of these things. Okay. I guess I can show you, as long as they're not getting back on here. I'll show you one more quilt that's underneath here. You can see up at the top, that's my fabric confetti. Those are 4-inch letters. That's called Little Element OP. The original pattern was called Element OP, and they were 5-inch letters. And they, it's hard to spell a word out with 5-inch letters because they're 5 inches in height and some of them are 6 inches in width. So 4-inch letters is what I started making all my banners with and my table runners. So a customer had asked me if I would release the alphabet as in the whole alphabet as 4 inches. So I did, and that's called Little Element OP. Then somebody asked me if I would release lowercase letters, and you'll see all this. Darren should be able to show you. And that one's called Little Letters. That really works together. It's a good companion with the 4-inch letters. So, and I have others out, but I'm not going to go down that road right now. Darren, are you around? Okay, there you go. All right, those are the little letters, and those work really well with the 4-inch Little Element OP. Okay. All right, so that's
Those are all applique.
They're all applique. Well, this is all applique. Again, I use my 4-inch letters for this. This is the Quilter Banner. Okay, I have several banners, but these are the most popular. It's Quilter, Welcome, and Create. Here's another one, Create. And again, these all use the 4-inch letters. If you want to make your own banner, it's pretty easy. I've run a couple of them over the last month or so. Every once in a while, I run a class off my website, and it's called Lining Up Your Letters. So if you line them up vertically like this, I leave a 1/2 inch in between each letter. So you can see anything you want.
When I see these letters, I think fabric confetti.
It's really what kind of put me on the map. They really did.
It's
applique.
Applique there with the beautiful satin stitches and textures. Can you see that?
Thank you. Yep, thank you. So that's my, so that again, those are all Little Element OP letters. But if you just want a taste of those letters and try your hand at it, I have all the banners, and I've got 2. Do you have the table runners there? The Land of the Free and Valentine's. Yep.
Wait, are you guys ready for this?
Da, 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 da. Land of the Three, Because of the Brave. So I think I have 6 different table runners. And the reason the table runners, I started making them is because I needed table runners.
I want to bring this up to the camera here just so you can see the stitching.
So you can see. Yep. So I use all the different textures, and they're fill stitches that surround these shapes as opposed to only satin stitch.
So is the wording part of the design collection as well?
Yes, and for most of these patterns, you need a 200 by 300 hoop, which is an 8 by 12. Okay, this is Valentine's Day, which is...
And again, the quality of the stitching. We want to bring it up close so you can just see at home like how beautiful that is.
And they're fun. I mean, when I give classes, I just get a whole bunch of fabric out. I use either a scan and cut or a silhouette to cut all my shapes out. I use an electric cutter. It just makes it so much easier. I know a lot of times when I teach, people want to do the trace and cut, or you put a piece of fabric down and cut around, and you can do that, but I don't include that stitch in my pattern. So you just have to back up and then go cut around it. Here's what I did. Christmas, I did a this is a
figure out how to hold it up right. There we go.
June Taylor tree skirt, and they sent me a couple samples, and I decided to use my letters. Again, these are the Little Element OP. I used my letters and just did Peace and Joy.
That's cool.
So that's
how much you can do with all your one collection. You could do so much.
You can do so much. You can do so many things.
So that's called, like, if they were wanting to find that, the name of, is that multiple patterns there that you just?
Yep. So, okay. So 5-inch letters was the original, and it was called Element OP. 4-inch letters is called Little Element OP. And I use the 4-inch letters so you can see the side. That's 85% of the 5-inch ones. And that's little LMNOP. And that is a good companion with little letters, which is the lowercase alphabet.
That way you can put them together. Okay. Oh yeah. What about these?
Okay. So then last year, I've been making a lot of baby quilts. And the problem with sometimes with applique is this: when you wash it too much, the center, especially if you just use fusible, comes away from the back. So I was trying to decide what to do, how to put these names on. So I ended up putting a lattice work on top of the applique in these letters, and it holds it down. So if you're going to put a name on a baby quilt, it's much more washable because you've got that lattice work that holds it down. And then I wasn't going to just make 4-inch letters again. So these are about 3 inches in height. So I've got a few patterns out. The whole alphabet, I just call Peapods. Okay. And then what I did is, so
are these from Peapods as well?
Those are from Peapods, but they are, the pattern is called Love Pillows because I did so many different pillows. So I put all of these on a separate pattern called Love Pillows. So the word love is the only letters that you'll get in there of the Peapods, but I've got all kinds of love to cook, love to quilt, love to knit, peace, love and rescue, then peace, PIEC, love and rescue, all kinds of things on the same disc. So I just try to show people, I try to show people all the things that they can do with different with my different letters. Then of course this is my other new one from last year. This is called Bit of Color, and this is all these. This is completely embroidery. There's no applique. And what I did is each letter has about between, let's say, 8 and 13 bits of color. Okay, so if you and they're all color sorted. So if you on your sewing machine want to spell the word dog, you can bring all 3 letters in and you can use your color sort function, and then you can stitch out the dog. So all of color 1 will stitch out on all 3 pieces, color 2, color 3. Then what I did is I've been teaching on Zoom. I love teaching on Zoom. So I came up with all these little banners. So this is called Quilted Holiday Banner. And there's 7 different banners in there. And there's really 2 steps. So when I teach it, the first step is we do everything on the white. So and it's multi-hooping. The background is quilted, and then you stitch the letters out. And then when that's all finished, you add the borders, and then I have quilting in there in the pattern for the borders. And I tell you how to do that. So this one on the right hand or on the sides has little snowflakes, but the quilting in the back, the straight line quilting, is software designs for the yep. Mulqueen's carries everything. I love everything. So the original pattern, the pattern with the whole alphabet, is called Bit O Color. Now then I've got the 2 patterns from that I use. One's all the banners, and that's 7 different banners. And then the other one is what you're holding, the little guys. And these are in the hoop banners. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with you selling pillows with my designs on them. You know why? Because none of them, you're not going to make a million of them. I don't want them done in China, but if you want to do them for a small fair or a small something, I'm fine with that. But please give me an email and my husband will write you up a proper contract. And so this is all in the hoop, everything. Again, this is where I came up with the other ones. So you quilt the background, then you do the letters, and then you put the borders on, and then you quilt the borders. So all these little projects, I come up with big projects all the time, but last year was just, I guess, the year for little projects. So, all right, next, do you guys have way underneath there, do you have my Spring in Prague? It's a huge quilt. It's all bright colors. Like that should tell you exactly what to use, because all my things have bright colors. No. Well, I'm only saying that because the pillows are, yep, I see the corner of it. You've got the right one. You got it. Scoot over a little bit more. That's it. Okay, this was a few years ago. This is called Spring in Prague. I've used some of my LMNOP letters in there, and they've got, you can do pieces of it if you want to, or you can do the whole quilt. I build it as a block of the month. Lots of stores did it. It was lots of fun. So then after I finished that, like the next year, I was trying to decide, you can put that down and show the pillows now. So I have 3 different large blocks on there. You see the flowers in the background? Okay, they're the long ones. They're about bench pillow size. So what I decided to do is take those and come up with just simply the bench pillows. So we have Live, Laugh, Love. That's one bench pillow. Okay. And this is Spring Jubilee. And then the last one is called, that's Spring Jubilee. Yep. And then this is called Spring Blues. Yep. And it's funny, I sell lots of Spring Love and lots of Spring Jubilee. And I don't know if I called Spring Blues or why, but that one is, I love that one. And I wish I had it, it's downstairs right now, but I made a Valentine pillow out of Spring Blues that is just adorable. I love it. But I'm a big holiday person. Okay, whatever you lift up next, I'll explain. Okay, let's let Darren lift. You need to lift the calendar up first. Okay, so this is called Countdown Calendar. And how this started is my sister wanted an Advent calendar. And so I was trying to come up with some, well, actually I tried to look on the internet to find something and there wasn't anything at that time. So I decided to come up with an Advent calendar. And then I ended up coming up with a calendar that can be used for several different events. So you can either make 30 squares, or you can make the 31, or you can make 25, or so what I did is you can use different toppings. So the pattern comes, you make the squares, it's got the numbers on them, and then you can decide if you want it to say back to school or retirement or graduation or vacation or Christmas or Halloween or birthday. There's several different things that you can put on. And one of my girlfriends put buttons up at the top, and she made a few different ones. And so she made hers kind of, it's grays and reds and blacks and whites. And then she puts her little top on the thing on the top, and she uses it for different occasions. So that's all included in that same pattern. And it's called Countdown Calendar. Okay. All right. These are my strength pillows. This is Best Day Ever. There's Eternal Optimist. I think there's Gold Digger. There's eight different designs, I believe, on this pattern. And what I do is and then on the left, the ones are in gray. That's called hashtag positivity. And what I do is I quilt up a whole bunch of fabric at once, and he's showing you the back. It's I do these backs with tabs and everything. That's also hashtag positivity. I quilt up a bunch of fabric, and then when I need a fast gift, it's all embroidery. There's no applique, and I can just knock them out really quickly. The 4-inch letters are called Little LMNOP. Okay. All right. So these are my hashtag positivity and hashtag strength. All right. Next. All right. We live in Arizona.
Here come the cactus.
Here come the cactus, exactly. So do the table runner first. That was the first one. Do you have the table runner cactus?
Oh, I can't tell the difference between a cactus and a vegetable.
That's okay. Okay. I came up with this one. This is called Prickly Blooms, and they're upside down because when I put them on my table, I want people to be able to see the cactuses from both angles. And there are 5 cactuses on Prickly Blooms. And I give you, yes, the designs come on a CD. I also put the pattern for the table runner, which is not very difficult, but I put all the designs in and that's the Prickly Blooms. Then a girlfriend said she really wanted to make a quilt out of it, and there's only 5, so she needed 7 more. So I came up with more Prickly Blooms, and that's simply the designs. And I just have 6 of them here, so I made bench pillows out of the new designs. And so these are 6 of the 7 of the new designs. I don't have one here with me. No, I don't have one here with me. And my dad right this second is making a 3x3 quilt. So he's using 9 blocks. So he's using 9 of the 12. And I hope to put that on my website just to show you different things that you can do with it. So he's literally stitching that out today. Okay, this is called Farmer's Market. I originally had a pattern out called Locally Grown, which is the similar vegetables. But I've kind of, again, I'm progressing with my digitizing. I'm learning all kinds of things. And then Bruce had taken that Locally Grown and made a table runner for his home. And he'd used newsprint in the back of the batik. And it looked so good. So I decided to re-release them, make a few changes. And so I put I've used batiks, but I use newsprint in the back of the batiks. I think it's just bright and cheerful, and it's a real fun. If you get tired of cactuses, it's a great table runner to just have, the whole spring, summer season.
Very cute. And we love applique because it's faster.
Yes, applique. And they're also a great size to put on aprons and little totes, and they go on all kinds of things. Now this one, this one's called Georgina. And on my website, I have a kind of a story about, I was keeping the 2 lines separate. I have Fabric Confetti, and then I had another line called Happenstance. And Happenstance rose out of a family story, and the whole story is on my website. But ultimately, they're made from designs from my mother-in-law's father's factory. And I had this little book of these little teeny designs that they used to stamp on linen for people to do hand embroidery. How large are the cactus blooms patterns? I say I know it because my dad and I are doing it. The largest cactus is 9.75 inches tall, and they all fit in a 200 by 300, 8 by 12 hoop. Okay, so these are Georgina. These are the designs made from my mother-in-law's catalog. They're just bright and cheerful. And again, I love batik. I love batik because it's timeless. And when people say, what fabric lines did you use? More than likely they can find, every season they come out with more batiks, and you can find something to pretty much match what I have in my designs. And then this one that they're holding, this is called Lowercase Love.
There's a question. Are the cutting files included?
Yes. Cutting files are included in all my packs. That was one of my father's things. At the beginning, he was cutting everything out by hand for me. And he said, Vanessa, we've got to do this a different way. So we ended up looking into several different cutters, and we ended up going down the cutting route. Okay, this particular table runner is called Lowercase Love. And there's 2 different Lowercases, and I just alternated them. Again, I've used batik. And again, it's machine embroidery applique. This is just lots of fun. On the CD also, I made pillows. So I put the instructions for a pillow, so you get the pillow back. And on some of my designs, on this particular one, I use ruched piping. You don't see it here. But that ruched piping, the instructions are on the CD. So this is called Lowercase Love. For those of you who don't have a CD drive, can we get them on a flash drive or download from here? Yes, you can.
Are you ready for another quilt?
Okay, yep. All right, this is called Maker's Quilt, and this came out of I have one daughter has lots of tattoos, and I talked to her friend who does the tattoos, and I said, you know, there's something to this. Could you help me design? So Heather Corey is the one who illustrated these, and then I digitized them. And I had to simplify them. She had them pretty intricate. But so there's 9 different, I think there's 9, right? 9 or 12. Sorry if you, I think there's 12 different designs on this particular quilt. This is called Maker's Quilt. And this is embroidery applique. I have here, I've got all these little pop-ups. This was the original pattern, and Mulqueen's carries them too. And this is just called Inked Sewing and Quilting. And this is one of the designs from that. So it started off as just all embroidery, and then the quilt is embroidery applique. Yep. And Bruce is the one who came up with all these sayings. We were just starting to work together. I said, all right, I want to do this quilt. What else can I put on these? And so he came up with the sayings. All right. What else do we have?
You ready for another quilt? We're down to the quilts, if that's okay.
Yep, that's fine.
Yes, I can't wait for the.
Okay, this is called Rosalita. This is not for a beginner. It's not hard. I've got a method, and I can't wait to get back into the classroom. I'm doing the best I can on Zoom, but it's not hard. But there's several hoopings. And this is called Rosalita. And these designs were taken from my mother-in-law's The Happenstance catalog. And for this, I used all Kaif. So you've got those wild, bright prints. Kaif is another one. It's kind of timeless because he keeps coming out with more and more lines, but you can use a line from 2004 with a line from 2021. So I just keep them in different drawers for different colors. When I'm looking for red, I go for red. I'd say the hardest is getting the light colors for the background, but the dots work really well. And so do the Aboriginal dots. So that's called Rosalita. Okay. You guys got it? Any more?
On my microphone. We just want to thank you for donating these to us. These quilts are beautiful.
Thank you.
I know they're not really ours.
I'll be over there.
We have to give them back at some point, don't we?
Yeah, you do.
Dang it. Okay, well, can we do my favorite next?
Sure. Is this your favorite?
The first person that makes this for me wins a prize. Just kidding.
This is called Adventure Awaits. Okay.
This was hanging in our Tempe store for a little while.
Yes. And then it was hanging in the Glendale store, and Bruce picked it up yesterday, actually, because it takes a lot of room. It's called Adventure Awaits. You know, when you do all these quilt shows, they're always telling you that there's nothing for guys out there. So we were trying to decide, or I was trying, this was before I had Bruce, I was trying to decide what to do. So I decided camping. And this was lots of fun. So the top is the sunrise, and the bottom is the sunset. So you've got the dawn and the dusk, and then you've got letters in there. In fact, Mulqueen's carries the letters if you want to have different letters. So there's the letters are called Camptown Shadow, and I did all the letters so that you could personalize this if you wanted to, instead of using what I had on there. But you've got the kayak and the flashlight and the tent and the bear. Show the boots. The boots are everyone's favorite. If you can show the boots, the bottom right-hand corner. Yes, everyone loves these boots. And I actually taught this at your store, at Mesa store. And someone who had never, ever done machine embroidery did this quilt. Oh, she was so proud of herself. But it's a lot of fun. Again, I use batiks because you can go through, you can use just about anything for these large quilts. I can't wait till Bruce and I can show you guys our new quilt, but not yet. A couple more months. Nope, sorry.
Yep.
Hopefully a month.
It's always
Month.
exciting to wait for something that it's
Yeah.
always worth it. But this one is called Adventure Awaits, and that's
Yes.
a really cool one. And I'll take that. All right, here comes, I think, the last one that we have.
Okay, and then I'll show you a couple. Okay, this is not my pattern. It's by Maker's Valley, and I think it's called Doodle Dandy or Yankee Doodle Dandy. I loved the quilt. Okay, so it's Maker's Valley, and I know Mulqueens can get the pattern because they had it at the Tempe store for a long time. But my letters, my America, Land of the Free, it just didn't fit in there properly. It was just a little too big, my little letters. So I reduced them a little bit, and I actually made a CD that I don't even sell on my website. I only sell at Mulqueens. So if you want the America, Land of the Three because of the Brave, they have those CDs. Again, I don't even have them. I made it specifically for their store, and I do not even sell it. But that fits right on those lines in between. And it is a ginormous quilt.
Yep, I just want to show the lettering again.
Yep. Again,
That
those
quilt hung up. It hung up in our Tempe store for a good while, and that's where the picture of it was taken.
Yep, exactly.
I just love the font, the lettering.
It's fun. It just pops off the page. It really does. It's I use it for all kinds of things. So, all right. And you showed that. I'm going to step back here and just show you. I can't get really close, but this one is called Potpourri 2. I had talked to you about it. Let me get up here and drop this. I don't want to drop everything. Okay, good. And then this one I forgot. It was lying on this one is called The Little Things. And again, like the Spring in Prague, these are the little letters. This is little element OP. These are all my different, you can make pillows out of this. You can make different designs. You can use these on bags. I try to make a pattern really versatile so you don't just have to make the quilt. Well, you do kind of with Rosalita and maybe with the Potpourri too, but with some of these other quilts where there's so much going on, and what people have done when they're teaching it as a block of the month, you can really, if you don't have a long arm and you want to learn to practice quilting, is the America one a kit? No, but I think Maker's Valley makes kits for them, but they don't have all the embroidery and everything. Only Mulqueens has the embroidery. So I know that they could set you up. I don't know how much they do kits, but I mean, could you do kits for that, Ken? Could you do kits for that?
Like a fabric kit? Or
yeah,
like
fabric for the flag one.
I'm sure we could. We're a little buried at the moment, so we'll have to. We'll definitely have to work on that. But
you can think about. Yep.
Are you saying a laser cut kit? Is that what the question was? I'm sorry.
I think they were just asking for the like all the reds and the whites and the blues and stuff like that.
Oh, I see.
Probably laser cut them too, couldn't you?
Yeah, we're wanting to get our laser kit up
in the future.
Yes, in the near future.
Okay, Darren, digital downloads for spring machine embroidery. They don't have the digital downloads, but if you buy the pattern and he sends me a text or sends me a note and you don't have the CD, I will work with you for that. I could then just send you the digital download. Okay.
Peggy, if you're local and you do curbside pickup, we can just put it on a USB stick for you at that time.
Yep.
If you want it on a USB stick.
But I'll work with you. I'll work with you.
We'll do whatever it takes.
Okay. All right.
Yay.
I think it's Bruce's turn.
So if anybody has any questions on anything from Fabric Confetti, You just let us know. You can email Darren at mulqueen.com. You can always get a hold of Vanessa.
Vanessa at fabricconfetti.com. I'll answer any of your questions. But Mulqueen is so good to us.
Yeah.
And this has been lots of fun. I was over there today or over there yesterday, kept coming in from the car and bringing in more stuff and bringing in more stuff.
Yeah, I wish we had our little makeshift studio set up a little better for you to show all that, but
that's okay.
Next time.
It's too hard for me. This is why we ended up doing it this way, because it's just me. I can't just hold things up. It really is hard. Yep.
But I hope everybody saw how nice those are. We're trying to bring it up close to the camera so you can see the quality of the digitizing. Everybody loves applique. Those quilts weren't as heavy. If those were full stitched panels on that quilt or blocks, it would be a really heavy quilt. So that as we were carrying those, they're nice and light. So that's kind of nice.
I didn't think about that. Yeah. I just love all those colors that fabric adds to it. So it adds even more color to it than just thread.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vanessa.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, yes.
There's Bruce.
Hey, there's Bruce.
Hey, everyone.
Darren, I have Bruce's thing right here.
Oh, yeah.
This is Bruce's trunk show here.
This is one of Bruce's designs. Oh, wait, that's not Bruce's. Come on, Pierre. You're silly.
Oh, my God. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you perfect.
Okay. I want to say a couple things. One thing, Darren.
Yes.
I've been tuning in all week. You guys have done a jam-up job. But one thing I want to say is it's so nice to see Ash with you so we don't have to look at Jer again through this.
Yes. Oh, no. Look what you've done, Bruce.
Oh, and you blew it.
Bruce, you've ruined it.
I'm sorry I'm late. As Jer had put up, I had to redo my hair, and he's used all the gel in the whole valley, so it didn't.
I get it shipped in on like the fuel trucks.
In barrels, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, hello everyone. I'm Bruce Swinton with Bruce Allen Designs for Fabric Confetti, and it's great to be here. I want to ask everyone that's watching, because we can't see you all, if you know, the Mulqueen's family has done such an incredible job this week under these circumstances where we can't all be with them. And since we can't see everyone, I think everyone should go to the chat on their keyboard right now and just type the word applause, because I think they really deserve it. So anyway, good to be with you. Thank you for having me.
Ever since we saw your first collection, we were like, we're so excited for you. Our customers love it. So
there's a whole backstory of how Vanessa and I came to be, first of all, best friends. We are truly best friends. And I don't know if you all know this, but we live about 4 houses apart from each other. And my partner and I had sold our business in Wisconsin and retired full-time to Arizona, and I needed a hobby of some kind, and I decided I wanted to start quilting. And in our morning walks, we would run into neighbors, and if I brought that up to them, they'd all say the same thing. Everyone would say, well, do you know Vanessa? And I say, no, I don't know any Vanessa. Well, she's a quilter here in Stonegate, and she's world famous. So eventually I got to meet Vanessa in one of our walks, and I asked her if there was any work that she would have for me, even if I came to sweep threads, just to get some exposure to someone in the industry who really knew their stuff. And she was excited, thankfully, and that started a working relationship, which then became a friendship and now a design opportunity. So kudos to Vanessa as well. But it's great to be here, and I started my design process just within the last year, and I haven't had the opportunity to go into the local quilt shops and teach, because right at about the time I started putting out designs at Vanessa's request, the pandemic hit, and so it really has kind of limited what we could do. Like she said earlier, it's just going to be so much fun when we can come into the shops and teach classes, you know, firsthand and with the customers. So, but anyway, do you have some stuff there to show, Darren? This was my first, well, actually, no, this was my second pattern. But anyway, this is the first in a series of table runners that I'm working on. There are three of them out now, and this series is called The Wonky Houses. I found an artist who I was just so drawn by these crazy, funky little houses that she did, and I approached her and asked her, I actually sent her pictures of some of her designs digitized into embroidery, and she was just blown away by it, and she said absolutely use them. And so these are applique as well, and these are done with batiks for this particular one. This first one here is called It's Autumn in Our Neighborhood, and I've done 3 seasons so far. When I'm all done, there'll be all 4 seasons, but that's the first one, and it's Autumn in Our Neighborhood. So
We love that.
it's a really large table runner, and the one thing that I like to tell people is, if you decide that you don't want something that large, you can just eliminate a couple of blocks. You can actually use the blocks for making different things, like Vanessa said on some of her things, tote bags. I actually did some pillows with some leftover blocks that I had, so you can do all kinds of stuff with them. The next one in the series that I did is called Walking in a Winter Wonderland. And again, it's done in batiks. These table runners come in 2 sizes. There's a large and there's a medium. For the large, you need a 200 by 300 hoop, and the medium requires a 5.7 by 10 hoop at least. And so you do have some options there. If you don't have a large hoop to work with, you can still make this. And that's called Walking in a Winter Wonderland. I wanted to do it in cool colors that kind of represented winter without being completely red and green Christmas, so that you're able to leave it on the table, you know, throughout the whole winter season. That's great. We really appreciate you guys displaying this stuff for us. It really, like Vanessa said, when you're at home in a little space, it would be hard to show this. So the third one in the series was just, yep, that's it.
Can we unveil it now?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right, this is the first time we've ever showed this one.
This was just released 2 days ago, and it's called The Joy That Spring Can Bring. It's the third one in the Wonky House series, and they're all springtime designs.
I'm trying to go slow so you can see every house.
I appreciate that. That's great.
That one's got a rainbow.
Got an Easter bunny there and some Easter eggs. Mama bird and baby bird in the nest.
Again, I love applique.
And just like Vanessa's designs, she taught me that you know, you don't have to limit yourself with applique to just use a satin stitch on the edge. And so you'll notice a lot of those are fill stitches, and we even use some embossed stitches on different things. And it just really gives it a lot more texture. It catches the light differently. So they're a lot of fun. This one, I decided I wanted to go with a different fabric. So these are all 1930s fabrics in pastels, just to give it a more springtime feeling.
I like how you put our quilt shop on there.
Isn't that great?
Yeah,
I should make you one that says Mulqueen's on the sign.
Yep.
Would you hang it up?
Oh, yes, definitely. That'll be on our wall forever.
The Mulqueen's gang has been so incredible to me, and in representing my patterns, and We're really thankful for that. So that's the third. And the final one will probably come out hopefully late April, maybe 1st of May, and that'll be the summer design. And then probably what we will do once they're all released is we might even create a package where you can get all 4 of them for a certain price. We haven't really decided about that yet.
Yeah.
So
what's this one called again?
it's called The Joy That Spring Can Bring. And that's the third wonky house table runner.
Here, just put on the screen there that these are all available now at mulqueen.com, and we do have a special event price for you.
Okay, so the spring table runner, Vanessa had a great idea, and I had never thought of this, but she said, you know, Bruce, you really should throw a bonus project in there with it. And so we talked about it, and it was her suggestion to do something that said Home Sweet Home. And so I took 3 of the houses and created a wall banner, and the instructions are complete in the pattern when you purchase it for laying it out and everything. And I wanted to mention, Darren, because I know Vanessa didn't talk about it, but because she has a background in illustration, she and in turn impressed upon me that it's really important to put in really extensive, thorough instructions. And so all of the designs that, from Bruce Allen Designs and Fabric Confetti come with very detailed instructions. There are illustrations of all the blocks. I don't know if you can see that. And there are also separate stitch out instructions. And so you literally follow along on each one of the designs, step by step. It tells you when you're going to place an applique piece. It tells you what color of thread to change to. So it really makes it a lot easier to work with. So for the what hoop size do you need for the table runners that you just saw, it comes in 2 sizes. You need for the large a 200 by 300 hoop, or for the medium, you need a 145 millimeter by 255 millimeter. So you do have that option. So those are the wonky house table runners that have been released so far. This is called the Ugly Christmas Sweaters Quilt. It's all applique. This is actually the first design that started it all. I had made this for myself from some artwork that I found. And when I showed it to Vanessa, she said, you have to release a pattern of this. And this has been a huge success over this last holiday season, fall and holiday season. And people have really gone nuts about it. So this one does require a 200 by 300 millimeter hoop. There is no medium design of this. But again, all different kinds of things you could do with this. You could put one of these on the front of a sweatshirt for an ugly Christmas sweater party. You can make placemats with these blocks. They are applique. The sweater itself is applique fabric, but even some of the pieces in the design, if you bring it up close, Darren, you can see that several of the parts on the sweater are applique as well. And so this one was a lot of fun and got tons of reaction for this. And if you shop locally at Mulqueen's, you probably got sick of seeing this throughout the holiday season because it's been hanging behind their front counter for months.
Yep, we love it. It's never too early to start making for Christmas for this year.
Do you guys have the mug rug sampler?
Yes.
Ash, if you could hold that up first. After I created the Christmas sweater quilt, a good friend was just adamant that he wanted to make mug rugs. And obviously the designs were way too big for that. So I worked on it and came up with a mug rug pattern. And this is called Ugly Christmas Sweaters, Mug Rugs, and Minis. And there are two options for the mug rug. You can do it all in embroidery, or there is an applique option as well. And these are done completely in the hoop. They're done completely on top of the hoop, so you don't even have to pull your hoop out to tape fabric to the back, as some designs are. They're super quick to make. They make really easy, great Christmas gifts. And that's the Ugly Christmas Sweaters, Mug Rugs, and Minis. Again, those don't have to, the pattern comes with mug rugs in both forms, but it also comes with just the sweaters themselves. So if you want to, one idea that was mentioned to me was putting one of the sweaters on the corner of a dinner napkin. And so your holiday table, each one of the Christmas napkins could have a little mug rug on, or have a little ugly sweater on it. And so from there, Vanessa suggested the same June Taylor pattern that she used for her lettered tree skirt. She said, you know what, you should put those minis, the ugly sweater minis, onto a tree skirt. And that's what we did. And just so you know, you can buy the June Taylor pattern to make this at Mulqueen's. And when you buy it, they've got printouts that actually help you to get the ugly sweaters onto the tree skirt blocks. So, and Darren, you'll let us know when you run out of those printouts, I'm sure. But that was a lot of fun.
You want to see the back to see the quilting?
Yeah, we quilted it with Christmas lights. So
Put this under my tree next year for Christmas, or this year. I guess it's already this year, right? Bruce, is it already this year?
It's already this year. Every year, Darren, it's already this year.
You know, it's never too early to get your Christmas sewing started, right?
That's right. That's right.
Or you know, it'll be too late. And,
yeah.
this one. So the mug rugs are stitched together to make a wall hanging. Will you show that up closer?
Yeah, actually, we created that as so that you guys could have a store sampler, and that's just burlap webbing that Vanessa had and suggested it. And so once the mug rugs were created, we just stitched it on there. But the secondary thing to that was it made a really cool holiday wall hanging. So that's an option when you make your mug rugs. If you don't want to set a coffee cup on them, you could hang them on the wall. So in essence, that is Bruce Allen Designs. I'm pretty new to the game. Like I said, this all just started, you know, in early 2020, and 2020 has been a blur to all of us, right? So, but this has really kept my hands busy and my mind busy, and really enjoyed creating some of this stuff. And so thankful once again for all of the support that you guys have given to me and to us. So
we love you guys, and we love that you're local.
Everyone that has the opportunity to shop the Mulqueen stores locally, they really would all have to agree that it's not just Mulqueen employees, it's the Mulqueen family. And your customers feel like they're part of the family too, which is super nice. So
thank you. Yeah, we love, we're blown away by your designs, and that the mug rugs. I like that somebody suggested you should maybe do a Christmas tree skirt, and next thing you know, you guys have a Christmas tree skirt.
Yeah, well, you guys are great for inspiration, because you know, we come into the shop and they say, well, can't you put the wonky houses on a mug rug? And that's a lot of detail in a little space. So we haven't quite gotten there yet, but especially the girls back in fabric, they're wonderful for inspiration for new design ideas. So we appreciate that.
We thank you guys. This was quite a trunk show.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you for having us.
Vince gets to put everything back up on the walls now.
Yes.
Poor Vince.
Yep. We had just hung all these samples up on the wall except for the quilts. And so, yep, he gets to climb back up on the ladder.
I think you should make Jer hang them all back up tonight while the rest of you are doing happy hour. It is
Yeah.
Friday night. You know.
I don't know what goes through your head.
You know, one of the things that I like about both of your collections is the pricing is reasonable. Like some companies
Thank
do
you.
price things out of the realm, and I understand because there's a lot of work that goes into them. But you guys have started out of the gate, and you guys are very reasonable. Plus, we have our discount on it for this special week.
Yeah, you guys are giving a great discount, so it really makes these patterns affordable for your customers. So thank you for that.
Before we don't get to do this very often, so I hope maybe there's some more questions out there. And if you asked a question that accidentally got passed, because sometimes they come so fast, you could re-ask it real quick so that we can try to bring it up on the screen here. Any questions?
Yeah, what I'm seeing one more time, please. What size hoop for the house designs? Again, the table runners, you can do it in a large size or a medium size. You need we essentially call it the 6x10 hoop for the medium and the 200x300 for the large. So.
And no, the background quilting, I'm the quilter. Well, no, Bruce is starting to quilt too.
You're the quilter. You're the quilter.
He does all the stitch in the ditch, and then I come in and I add my little bit.
And Vanessa, your dad does part of your stuff too, doesn't he?
He does it. He loves the embroidery. He loves
he works for both of us because when I'm creating a new pattern, we have to make several samples, so several copies of these samples. So for most things that you see, there's at least 3 of them. And so her dad, Frank, is just a rock star when it comes to firing up his embroidery machine and getting the block stitched out. So.
There's a question on the screen there. Where can I get Alan's designs? You can get them right at mulqueen.com.
Yeah.
Right where you're looking. Just hit that shop button.
You know, at mulqueen.com, there is a banner right at the very top of the page, right when you click it. If you click that top big banner that has all that wording, it'll go right to the section of our event. And now Jared's going to scroll down. If we look for Friday, everything that we did today is listed there. So if you click on Fabric Confetti link, you'll get Bruce Allen. You know, it's actually, we should have a separate link for Bruce Allen because.
Well, I actually produced designs for under the Fabric Confetti name, but just a little separate part of the house called Bruce Allen Designs. But Vanessa's been very gracious to let me share in the experience that way. So yeah, if you go to Fabric Confetti, that's where you'll find my stuff as well.
I know a little secret about Bruce. I'm going to tell everybody if that's okay.
Oh, no more hairstyling stories, please. By the way, Jared, I want to tell you, there is a side effect of overuse of hair gel.
Yeah, it's perfect hair and it doesn't go away.
My little secret that I know about Bruce is that he uses a scan and cut.
Yes.
To cut out some of his.
He does.
You guys,
a brother scan and cut.
As Darren knows, I just bought the new 225. It is incredible. And by the way, it came up earlier about whether the cutting files come. All of Vanessa's patterns and my patterns come with the SVG, which is your main cutting file. And if you use a scan and cut, you surely know how to bring those into Canvas Workspace and create your FCMs to use on your scan and cut. But great machine. Anyone that has been on the fence about buying a digital cutter, talk to the guys at Mulqueen and gals at Mulqueen about the Brother Scan and Cut. It's incredible. So
somebody, Teresa Leonard is asking, when will the 4th season of Wonky Houses be available?
So it's going to be for summer, so its time is of the essence. I'm hoping late April, 1st of May.
Yep.
So
After
that you can.
the one we're working on right now.
Yeah, Vanessa and I are working on a huge project right now that's going to be a real showstopper. So, and we have a lot of it under our belt, don't we? So, but we need to finish that up, and at the same time, in the meantime, I'll be digitizing for the summer Wonky House runner, and then you'll have all seasons. So
that would be cool. I need to get a camera going inside Vanessa's house to see what the secret
No,
project
that's
is.
I was praying that this doesn't come down because I had to like tuck everything underneath it because it's a design
It's
wall.
It's hiding
yeah,
behind-
and the new project would no longer be a secret.
It's getting windy outside here. So you gotta be careful.
Hold on to it, Vanessa.
That's why I was so worried when I pulled that one down. I thought, okay, I could just like fly.
This could be bad.
Be calling Bruce. Bruce, come down. You're only 4 houses down.
Sorry.
We have a lot of fun. We really do. So,
I can't wait till we can start really working together.
we
It
miss
shows
it.
in what you create. Like the fun comes out in all of your stuff.
Thank you.
We really thank you. We really enjoy it. So
I just want to say one thing. I know you had Glide on earlier this week.
Yes.
We are huge Glide people. We love Glide thread. In fact,
everything that you're holding in your hands there, Darren, has been stitched out with Glide.
Yep.
So
That was
oh wait, I think you should use West Point on that. I think I might use Limerick. We literally talk Glide.
wow.
And and my dad too, because I've completely kitted him out with everything. So I go through like Bruce showed you the thing, and I go, okay, avocado, limerick, ginger. I just literally write on them, and then he knows exactly what threads to use.
do I understand correctly, Darren, that you guys are going to now carry the small spools? Did you?
They're all in the rack out there, ready. We ordered
But
like
you
20
used to just
black and
have the
white.
large. You used to just have the large cones, correct?
Yep. Now we have both the large and the 1,000 meter, 1,100 yard.
That is a great thing.
It's great thread.
Your customers are going to love that thread for embroidery. You can't beat it.
Never breaks.
No shredding, no breakage.
Yep.
And
Incredible.
And it's plump, so it really fills the shapes well. I just love everything about Glide.
Were you able to watch that segment?
Yes.
Yes.
It was neat to find out what Habdash was and how it's part of the overall company.
Started off as industry thread, or what do you call it? Yeah, industrial thread.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now I looked in my oven that night and I saw the little thread that they were talking about, that they make the industrial stuff for ovens and.
Okay, all those things. Okay, cool.
But
yeah, you've had some really great segments this week, and the daylight, the slimline segment. I actually logged on and bought a couple lights. I can't wait to get them. Jer offered to deliver them, but Vanessa and I live in a gated community, and with that Ford Pinto that he drives with the moose antlers on top, I know he wouldn't have got in the gate. So
yep.
He's not even lying. I actually have steer horns on my car.
We need to have you guys tell us maybe some colors for some of your kits so we can put together glide kits of.
Oh, we can do that
offer.
for your patterns. That'd be great.
Yeah.
We would
That'd be
love
cool
to do that, because we definitely have our list of favorites, don't we,
Yep.
Vanessa?
Yep. That'd be cool to come up with a fabric confetti and a Bruce Allen design thread kit.
We would love that.
Yep, that'd be super.
A lot of fun.
Yep.
Love that stuff.
So, is any questions pop up? I think that this has been a wonderful day. We're so excited, right, Ashley? Yeah. Yep.
You have one more day of it, right?
Yep. And then I'm gonna take a nap.
You've earned it. You've definitely earned it.
Jared's going for some intensive training on handy quilters right after our event. So lucky for him.
Did you have to buy 2 packages, 2 courses, since he'll probably have to repeat it once he gets through the first one.
Yep. Uh-oh, here comes Jer.
You know, I have to share a secret. Jared emailed me today and he said, "Be ready because I am gonna really pick on you." And so for the last 3 hours, I've been sitting here thinking, "Oh, Bruce, you just can't."
I can see the smoke coming out of your ears, trying to think of some good roast there.
Oh, we love you,
before you
Jared.
guys go, I want to give away another gift card. Darren doesn't know. I just keep doing it before, and I'm going to give away 2 $22 gift cards to make the $44 for 44 years of being open.
Oh,
does that make sense?
Thank you all for hanging in there with us out there in virtual land.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you guys comment. What do you mean? Do I change my shirt? I've had a different shirt on every day.
Yeah, no, I think the answer is no, clearly, but go ahead.
All right, so go ahead and start commenting, and then I'm going to have you guys can see the comments, right?
Oh, I'm on private chat.
Yes, I can.
Oh,
okay.
There we go.
So go ahead and pick a person each, and then unfortunately, if it's someone that's already won, I'm going to have you pick someone else so we can get more people to win the gift cards.
Okay.
But if you have already won, you can still win the grand prize stuff.
Vanessa, you want to go first? Or do you want us to say the name out loud?
Yep, and I'll write it down.
Go, Vanessa.
Let's see. This is kind of random. This is totally random.
It's totally random.
Sandy Bowen Evanco?
I think she's already won. Let me take a look.
Okay. Of course.
Yep, she has. She was actually the very first person to win something.
I'm sorry, Susan.
Okay, Vanessa, you keep looking and I'll go ahead.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you
he
who
wants to win.
Pick, and then I'm going to tell you why. Hopefully she hasn't already won. My choice is Donna Bach, B-A-C-H. And the reason I chose Donna is my sister's name, who I love dearly, is Donna Bachman. So that name has been jumping out at me all afternoon here. So
so she is the winner of a $22 gift card.
Yay, Donna Bach!
Hey, Donna.
All right, and I'm going to try one other one then.
Just email Jer at Mulqueen so that you can email him your email. So we can.
Oh, I know what. This is an easy one. Vanessa O'Neill Flattery.
She already won.
What? Did she win already?
Yeah, she already won yesterday.
Hey, Bruce, you pick another one because I'm bad at this.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's see where the wheel is going to stop spinning.
Spin the wheel, Bruce.
Spin the wheel, and the winner is
No whammies.
Carol Manara Clark. Carol Manara, I think is how you say it. Clark.
Yay, Carol.
Jared, does she get to win?
Looks like she's a winner.
All right.
Yay, Carol!
Yay.
Yep. Right. So Carol.
Thank you so much for all you do for keeping everybody's interest in this world of embroidery.
Oh, thank you for giving us the opportunity to share with you.
Susan says she loves the wonky houses.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I finally found the comments. I was on private chat for whatever reason. But if you have any other questions, I have one person who's already emailed me and asked me a question. Just email us. Okay? Just email us. But Darren and Mulqueen's has everything. And we can run over more patterns if they need them, and we'll do anything. They're a terrific partner.
Yeah, it's one of the great things about the relationship we have with Mulqueen's is they call us or email us all the time with questions that their customers, come up with and bring to them. And so it really makes a nice little circle of designer, retailer, and customer. It's a great working relationship.
I sent Bruce over to Glendale Mulqueens, and I had to go to Mesa Mulqueens. So we divided the two.
Thank you. It was nice to have all of these samples here so we can show them.
Great. Thank you.
It worked out. Hopefully it came across at home so they could see the quality of stitching on all of Vanessa's designs and all the colors. Yep. I hope that all came through.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Yep, we thank you very much.
Are you guys done for the day now?
We're done. Yep, I'm gonna.
Is
go
Pat
home.
in the back room mixing drinks already?
Yep, he's the bartender. My dad is. Yep.
You've earned it.
I'm gonna have more water. That's all I need is water. And my kids were commenting a couple of times, which was kind of fun to see my kids posting funny little comments there. Every time they do, it's they're 10 and 14, so it's fun. They think it's funny that Dad's on TV.
Oh, I bet.
No, I haven't seen it for a while. So,
Vanessa, there's one question from Julie Wade Lilly. Will any of the patterns on the quilt behind you work on mug rugs? Do you want to answer that?
They really wouldn't. This is a 8-inch square, and I even our new quilts, I'd say the smallest square is an 8-inch square. And then someone also asked if we do non-embroidery machine patterns. No. When I first started out, I think my first couple patterns, I tried to do that, but it literally is writing 2 patterns. Because when you cut things out with for embroidery, we try not to let things overlap. So you won't get a whole piece. Like you don't get the whole R. You get like the top part of the R and the bottom little legs. So there's no way that you can just slap that down and cut it.
Just around it.
Yep. So no, it was just impossible to try to do both of those. And I didn't sell enough because I'm really known for machine embroidery. I'm looking out on other things.
here, Connie Williams asks, where do we comment on Facebook, Yelp, and Google? I think on Google you would.
I think we're gonna have your brother answer that. I think we have Ken Mulqueen, my old man. No, you can. Where are you going? You got a mic?
Here's my brother Ken.
Hi, Ken.
You have to look at Bruce now.
My bigger brother.
Bruce, how are you?
I have to stand back so we look like we're the same height.
Am I coming through there? I guess I am. Yeah, Google, our listing, if you just search Mulqueen in Google, search Mulqueen on Yelp, you'll see the area to leave a review for both of those. And then Facebook, Darren's going to have to answer.
On Facebook, you can.
Yes, I agree.
It'll say like you can review or recommend. So I guess all we're asking is anywhere, if you don't mind searching for us.
Hey, Jackie.
Like on Google, Yelp, it sure helps family businesses. There was my dad. He's been in this business forever, and a customer. I don't know if I should be even saying this, but a customer brought in a sewing machine for repair, and my dad touched the hand wheel and he felt that it was frozen. And he touched the machine and he said, "This machine will be $99 to fix." And the customer got so mad and wrote an awful review about us because, but my dad felt the hand wheel. He knew it was frozen, and to service the machine, it would be $99. And she thought he was playing games or something like that. So some of the weird reviews that, that are kind of ticky-tacky would be drowned out by all of you wonderful people that know how we don't mean to be.
Especially just the stupid reviews for the last 8 months of wearing a mask in the store.
Yeah.
So those 1 stars on wearing a mask. I mean, okay, if we messed up, great, but we told you to wear a mask, and then you go and slam us and give us a 1 star. So if you guys could offset those, we would appreciate it. Big time.
No problem.
And the people who leave reviews over hours or signage on the street.
They left us a 1-star review because we were closing at 4 instead of 5. So, It's weird stuff like that, but so we love it if anybody wants to give us a review. But you know, I think that people, if you scroll back past those, you see the positive ones, and that we're all about being positive, and so we love because this business, it's about positivity, it's about creativity, it's about having fun, and so we definitely try our best. And
I'll tell you that the video cameras are not doing these justice. If you see them in person, hopefully Bruce will let us keep them for a while, so we'll have them hanging up so everybody can, if you do come in and see them in person.
We don't need them right now. We can keep them for.
Yeah.
And you guys are great. If we do need one of the samples, then and we know that you have it, you always just say, yeah, take it, bring it back when you can. So we appreciate that.
So Dad keeps telling everybody that he made them. So
yeah.
My dad
Thank you,
does.
Yeah.
One more time, Vanessa. Sorry.
My dad does make some.
Yes.
Our dads met together one day when I brought my dad in there.
Oh, that's cool.
very good.
Yeah.
So someday down the road, I was talking to Bruce not too long ago that maybe we could do a scan and cut class, and this is down the road when we get back together in groups. But that would be fun to see how he does use the scan and cut to cut out some of these. That's always.
I would love to do that, and I don't know if you got it in, but Darren, you and I talked about the Brother product for applique.
Yep.
Okay. But I will tell you, it's literally made to work with the scan and cut machine because it's a dream. It's a really great product. So yeah, that would be a lot of fun to do that, and just maybe even combine it with a project like the wall banner, the Home Sweet Home, or something where it's not a lot of stuff to cut out, but we could learn how to cut and maybe do a block of embroidery too. So.
Yep, that sounds good. So, thank you guys so much, and thanks everybody.
You.
I think right now there's over 200, almost 230 or 40 people out there. Thank you all for being here. And
wow, thank you, everyone.
Everybody.
we're gonna sign out for today and say goodbye to Bruce and Vanessa. Thank you guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Once again, cheers for Mulqueen.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, guys. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Everyone. See you tomorrow.